And hello and welcome everybody to Alva, Oklahoma here tonight as we're getting set up for your Woodward Boomers getting ready to take on the Alva Goldbugs here at, I guess Alva Gymnasium is what they call it up here on the campus of Alva High School. Tyler Riggs with you here on Z92 and Boomer TV as we have joined forces for both sides of the broadcast here, getting the road trip from the guys. So been on a little bit of a layaway. Last week, of course, we got the snow, we got the weather. Did get a Boomer coaching show in last Wednesday. Did not get the game in against Heritage Hall on Friday because that was canceled due to them not being able to make the trip. But that brings us to this game against Alva here tonight. And got a good one for you as these teams, of course, very familiar with each other at this point in the season, have played each other quite a bit. And looking at that for you here, it's going to kick off with the girls, of course. The Alva Ladybugs kept this one 14-7. They are number 17 at 3A. And so far on the season, they are 0-2 against Woodward. Woodward beat them 57-34 in the Wheat Capital tournament, and then again 37-25 in Woodward on the 25th of January. They are coached by Chris Ward, the former Woodward assistant. She took over at Alva coming into the season after success. Both players coached over the past 20 years combined there. Their players to watch are big ones. Well, they have played 2 games. I should backtrack. They've played 2 games since coming to Woodward and losing there on the 25th. They lost to Cashton in a tight one at home, 33-31. Beat Tonkawa on the road, 48-28 last week to rebound that a little bit. And with that here, it's also Alva senior night as well. So they just got done with their senior night festivities. We got about just under 10 minutes before tip. So with that, we'll go ahead, step aside for our first break. And as we come back on the other side of it, we will preview a little bit more deeper into the Alva Goldbug squad. Also talk about where Woodward's at in the season, catch you up there, and some of the keys to the game for them. It's Boomer Basketball on Z92. We're back here in Alva with you, Tyler Riggs, Z92 Boomer TV, as we're getting set for the Ladybugs, getting ready to take on your Woodward Boomers tonight. Before the break there, caught you up on what Alva's been up to, as this is the 3rd meeting now between the Ladybugs and the Boomers. Let's look at what Woodward has been up to a little bit here. 12-7 on the season now after falling to Guyman there last week. 67 for the Boomers. For kind of snapped out of her slump. She put up 24 points, had 24 total points in the previous 2 games before that. Avery Edwards also had her best scoring output of the season. She finished with 15 points. Now, did foul out, but had a strong game. The Boomers since defeating Alva on the 25th. We just mentioned the Guyman game. Also defeated Clinton 49-24 in Woodward in that one. Flipping back to Alva here a little bit, looking at some of their key players to watch. Is Chloe Breer for the Goldbugs. Stay a contributor on offense, smart player defensively, and she can set the table well to help Kellen, Perez, and Gaddy be really dangerous once they get into that half-court offense. Brooke Perez, just mentioned her a little bit. She's had the tall here in the 2 matchups for the Boomers, but really hadn't been able to step up to it. Faith has been able to control that matchup down low. That being said, though, the Boomers still going to have to be able to respect what Brooke can do down there, and she's a capable big for Alva. They're one of those seniors, and you've really got to respect that. Also, the young talent for Alva, Jason Callan, Lake, and Gaddy a little bit there on the win to be able to step up. A couple stats here from each matchup for you now. Previous meetings, and the first one is Leslie Pfeiffer leading away with 22. Faith O'Hanley had 14, and Maisie Porter had 11 for Woodward. It was J.C. Callan and Foster being able to lead the way for Alva there in that first matchup. It was Kellen the only one with double figures with 11. It was Mary Kate Foster, I should say, there with 8. On the second matchup there at Woodward, it was Faith O'Hanley. She had 13 points for the Boomers. She had 10 from Leslie Pfeiffer, 10 from Maisie Porter to lead Woodward now in a bit of more of a low-scoring contest, but Faith definitely, proved her worth. On the Alva side of it, it was J.C. Kellen had 8 points and Brooke Perez had 7. It's really a turnover-filled game for Alva, proved to be the difference against Alva, and they still can find an answer for her size down low there. Woodward also didn't have the best shooting night in that second win, but still had enough to pull away there in the end. Looking at some of the keys to the game here for the Boomers now, pressure has really got to be cranked up to 11. From the jump, Woodward's got to get on it defensively, as Alva has shown the tendency to crack under that full court press. They really haven't found an answer for it yet in 2 matchups. Faith O'Hanley, as mentioned, she's got to be on point. She's been the deciding factor in both games against Alva so far, and they can't match her size in the paint. You can't grow a player overnight, so that's the tough part for Alva, being able to match up with a 6'3" O'Hanley there. That we got just a couple minutes here before the starting lineups and opening tips, so let's step aside for another break here in the pregame show. On the other side, we will have the starting lineups and opening tip for you. It's Boomer Basketball on Boomer TV and Z92. And welcome back here to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV. As you just caught the tail end there, the national anthem performed by the Alva Band. And with that, before we go any further here in the pregame, get these starting lineups, let's go ahead and thank some quick sponsors real quick. High Plains Tire, gold sponsor of the Boomer Coach Show. A lot more with us. AAA Insurance, Northwest Physical Therapy, High Plains Technology Center, Dairy Queen, our halftime sponsor, Stewart's Auto Glass, Goings Home Furnishing, K&S Tire, Harper Sanitation, and Bentech Hometown Insurance. Cannot do it without them. And let's look at these starting lineups here now. Let's go ahead with your Boomers now. It's going to be number 1, the senior, Giselle Hagemeyer, getting the starting nod. It's going to be number 12, the senior, the guard, Maisie Porter. It's going to be the junior, the guard /forward combo there. Number 13, Thesley Pfeiffer. It is going to be number 23, the junior, Avery Edwards. And it's going to be number 44, the senior, the big, Faith O'Hanley. So for the Boomers, it's going to be Hagemeyer, Porter, Pfeiffer, Edwards, and O'Hanley there for your Woodward Boomers. On the other side for the Alva Ladybugs here, it's going to be the senior, number 22, Chloe Durkee, the guard, getting the nod. It will be the freshman, 00, standing at 5'4", Lakin Gaddy. It'll be number 14, the freshman as well, J.C. Kellen for the Gold Bugs. And then also here we will have the senior, standing at 5'5", number 24, Mary-Kate Foster. And finally, we will have the senior, number 15, Brooke Perez, getting the starting nod. So for the Ladybugs, they're going to go Durkee, Perez, Foster, Gaddy, and Kellen. Same starting 5 we saw against the Boomers there in that second game. As mentioned, it's senior night here in Alva, so there's a good crowd out. Got a lot of Boomers that have traveled up for this one. And, good crowd both sides. A lot of fanfare going on. The Boomers are going to be in their road black uniforms. It'll be the black tops, the black shorts. You're going to have the gold trim down the sides and around the sleeves there. The text of the jerseys and numbers is going to be white, trimmed by gold for the Boomers. On the Alva side of things, they're going to have their home white jerseys, the white jerseys, white shorts. And they've got their, should have some black trim down the side there. Your text numbers are going to be black. Be trimmed by a little bit of gold there for Alva, as they are the Gold Bugs. It's that black and gold down the side, as mentioned. And they're getting to their starting lineups, but getting to some keys to the games here for the Boomers. I don't think we quite got to them there before the break. No, actually we did. Got to those. I do want to mention districts have been announced already as well here for us. Woodward going to be going to Elk City for their district as we get to the postseason here in just a week. Remember, Woodward, 2 games left. They've got Friday night at in Woodward against Altus, where it will be homecoming, and then Tuesday night they will have Sayre for senior night to finish up the regular season here for the Boomers. So big opportunity to finish strong for both squads, and it's going to kick off here tonight for the Gold Bugs. 8 minutes on the clock. And Alva finishing up their starting lineups there. Chris Gore, of course, standing at 10th. We talked about the relationship between her and Woodward. Of course, she was assistant here for quite a while for the Boomers. And, it's always a little something extra when you get against a former coach for the players. I know I've talked to Maisie. And with that, we've got, as mentioned, 8 minutes on the clock. Got everybody ready to go. The Boomers going to be going left to right here in this first half. It's won by the Boomers, controlled by Avery Edwards. She'll give way to Maisie Porter, and we are underway here as Porter will walk across the timeline now at the Gold Bug logo there. Top the key right now as it's Durkee on her. Now to the wing. It's to Hagemeyer. To the corner to Avery Edwards. Back to Hagemeyer on the right wing there. Top the key to Porter. Porter trying to build off her 15-point performance last time out. Top key, it's Porter, and out to the wing to Hagemeyer. Still looking here for something on this first possession of the ball game. Now top key, Porter with it, back to Hagemeyer. Thought about the 3, did not quite take it. Now to the left wing to Avery Edwards. She's still got a dribble to work with. Feeds back up to Porter. Boomers now have worked a minute off the clock here on this first possession. Still 0-0 as we're just underway in the first. Now inside, Faith O'Hanley, she double-teamed and stripped and stolen. Lakin Gaddy comes up with it for the Ladybugs, and Alva going the other way. She'll give away to Mary-Kate Foster. Foster, though, stopped before the timeline by Avery Edwards. She needs help, and now we got a 10-second call. Avery Edwards, and the defense by Edward Edwards to be able to play that clean. Great job there by Woodward. So still 0-0, 6:45 to go now in the first quarter. Boomers with their second possession on the wing. It's Edwards with it. Top the key now to O'Haley. She'll give away to right wing to Porter. Porter gets a screen from O'Haley. Now kicks it top the key to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer swings it to left wing now to Edwards. Gives her a screen. Edwards going to try a drive. Gets cut off double team. Kicks back out to Pfeiffer. She'll drive left baseline. Puts up a floater and gets it to go. And Boomers take the early lead here 2-0 as it's Thesley Pfeiffer, who else, being able to get the bucket and the score. And Woodward leads 2-0. First, and Alva's first team foul. The minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's Porter with it. Top of the key. On the right wing now. It's Hagemeyer. She'll screen, dribble up to the top of the key. Hand off to Pfeiffer. This one again now to Edwards on the left wing. She's going to try to drive there. Gets around the top off the screen. Gets into the paint. Gets cut off. Now she's on the ground. We got to tie up a jump ball. Possession error going to side with Alva. So that's going to be over to the Ladybugs, unfortunately, for the Boomers. Maisie Porter and Edwards kind of talk about things after that one in terms of the flow of the offense. First quarter. We'll get to the test. Going to the line for free throws. That foul going to be on first free throw for Perez. That one rims out. Went high off the rim, off the backboard and out. And Dayton Lewis does come into the ball game for Faith O'Haley. So the Boomers going to go a tick smaller now. Perez, the second free throw is up, and that one's in. So she'll split the pair. And it is 5-1. Boomers on top. The other way, Porter with it. She'll kick into the corner, right corner, Edwards. Top key, now to Hagemeyer. Back to Edwards. Back to Porter, who's cutting inside. Gets a easy look at the paint. Can't get the layup to go, though. Short-armed it a bit. Rebound underneath by Alva. Mary-Kate Foster going the other way for the Ladybugs. She'll get up to Hamilton. Hamilton over to Gaddy. On the left side. Gaddy across timeline to the left wing. Throws away a pass, so it's picked off and stolen by Hagemeyer. It's Porter and it's Gaddy. A jump ball force. Possession arrow going to side with Alva. Good read by Hagemeyer on the pick, but Alva got back quick in transition, and we're able to cut her off and force the turnover themselves. And now Haley Hamilton and Lakin Gaddy will come out of the ball game for as J.C. Kellen back in. Out of the jump ball, and it's back to the Boomers. So Alva committed some of those mistakes early. Boomers trying to take advantage, leading 5-1 now. 4-0 gets cut off there at the elbow. Goes to the corner to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer back to Pfeiffer. Near the top of the key. She'll work with the dribble now and back it out. Kicks over to the right wing back to Hagemeyer. Alva in that zone. Drives in. Foster and out. Durkee, that's picked off and stolen by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer racing the other way in transition. Goes up for the layup and gets it off glass and good over Morgan Heath. 23 to go here in the first quarter. We'll go ahead, step aside, take a break. This is Boomer Basketball on Z92. Here in Alva, as your Boomers lead here in the first quarter, 7-1 over the Ladybugs here tonight so far. 3:23 to go. Recollect her Ladybugs. Now they'll break the press with Chloe Durkee out of timeout to the right elbow. She'll take the jumper. That's no good. Rebound underneath by the Boomers. Porter pushing it the other way. They'll back out, though. Top key to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer going to reset things with the dribble there at the Goldbug logo. She's directed traffic. Feeds over to Dayton Lewis. Now on the left wing to Porter. Porter walks it. Pfeiffer looking. To the right corner, it's Lewis. Cross court now, top the key. Swing it left wing now to Porter. Back up to Lewis at the top. Loses the handle for a second, but recollects. Now over to Hagemeyer on the right wing. Top key up to Edwards. Edwards going to try to drive from there. Spins. Puts up the layup over Kellen. Can't get to go, though. Rebound underneath by Dayton Lewis. She tries to go back up, but that's blocked by Brooke Perez. And Alva going to take possession with Kellen. Kellen over to Durkee. Durkee swings over to Heath, trying to get across timeline. She does in front of the scorer's table. Now to Mary Kate Foster, top key, zip inside to Perez. Perez going to drive on Lewis, tries to put the layup, and a foul called. Shot no good, but Brooke Perez going to the line. She's got the only point right now for Alva. She split a pair of free. Giselle Hagemeyer, her first, team second for Woodward. And Perez at the line after 2 free throws. First one is good. Senior here, honored pregame on senior night. Hamilton now back into the ball game. She'll take out J.C. Kellen. You also see Lake and Gaddy back in for Alva. She'll take out Morgan Heath. No changes for the Boomers there. Second free throw for Perez is good, so she's got all 3 points for Alva. It's 7-3. Boomers on top. Porter now with it. Break the press for the Boomers. Goes to the right wing to Hagemeyer. Right corner. Has zip inside to Lewis. Kicks back out left wing to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer drives. Gets cut off. Has it back out to Porter. Porter going to drive from the wing. Tries to spin. Loses the handle. She was spinning off. Chloe Durkee. Picked up by Gaddy. Out of the other way. Gaddy feeds over to Foster. Foster now to the corner. Durkee open for 3. She'll take it. That one a bit strong. No good. Backside rebound, though, by Hamilton. She throws away pass to Lewis. Boomers the other way now up to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer racing down transition. Gets all the way to the paint. Puts up a tough layup. That won't go. Contact, but no call. Rebound now on the backside. Fought for a jump ball between Maisie Porter and Brooke Perez as they both went to the ground there. And Riley Moore coming in for Woodward now. See her first action. She'll take out Dayton Lewis. So it's Hagemeyer, Pfeiffer, Moore, Porter out there, and Edwards for the Boomers. It's going to be Porter inbounding now on the baseline. Gives way to the left corner to Moore. Over to Pfeiffer, high left wing. 7-3, 1:35 to go here in the first. Top the key now. Hagemeyer with it. She'll feed over to Pfeiffer. Left wing now to Porter. Porter looking. She's going to tee up the 3. That one a bit strong, no good. Thought about the pass, and then on the backside, a long rebound. They're going to get a blocking foul as Maisie and Chloe Durkee collide. Durkee chased down the rebound, and Porter just happened to be there trying to chase down her own shot. And Porter going to pick up that foul. It's going to be the third team foul on the Boomers, the first on Porter. J.C. Kellen coming back in now for Alva. She'll take out Hamilton. So for Alva, they've got Durkee, Gaddy, Perez, Kellen, and Mary Kate Foster, the starters back in. Foster inbound to Durkee, back to Foster, now back to Durkee in front of the scorer's table to get across the timeline. Double team, now bounce pass to the corner. It's going to be a dribble drive by Perez. She puts up a little floater there, and the paint can't get to go. Rebound by Kellen. That doesn't fall either. That bounces out. Now a strong rebound underneath by Riley Moore, but she gets tied up. And the possession arrow, it should be to the Boomers because Alva just got that last loose ball, but they're saying it's with Alva, so tough break there for the Boomers. Inbound now. Durkee's going to get a corner 3. That would have been strong, no good. Rebound on the backside by Porter. She fires up to Edwards and transition over to an open Thesley Pfeiffer for an easy layup, and Thesley Pfeiffer has got 6 now in this one, 6 to the Boomer 9. The Boomers lead 9-3 with under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Mary Kate Foster, she'll bounce it into Chloe Durkee for Alva. Breaking the press, gets up to Brooke Perez across timeline. Now left wing to Gaddy. Gaddy picked up, though, by Avery Edwards. Perez, nice feed down to J.C. Kellen on the baseline. Can't get the first shot to go, but throws the second one high off the glass and gets it in. So J.C. Kellen picks up her first points of the night. It's 9-5. Boomers the other way, and now we got to travel as Avery Edwards got cut off there on the right wing and took an extra step. Unfortunate there for the Boomers. It's going to go quickly back to Alva. 26 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We'll see Presley Pruitt into the ball game for the first time tonight. She'll take out Giselle Hagemeyer. Inbound now for Alva. It'll be Foster inbounding it to Perez. Back to Foster. 20 seconds to go. They're trying to get across the timeline. Back over to Foster just before it. They do break the 10. Now they kick it to the left corner. Gash, she's going to fire up a 3. That one wild, no good. Rebound, bounced off a Ladybug and wound up to Brooke Perez. And we got a foul on the floor as Perez was swinging wildly down there, but they're going to call Boomer, I believe. They will. They're going to get Presley Pruitt. Her first, team fourth. So Alva going to extend their possession, trailing 9-5 with 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be Hamilton inbounding for the Ladybugs. She slaps the ball, gets it going. Looking for somebody to pass to. Now throws it in there to the corner to Foster under 10 seconds. Perez on the right elbow. She'll drive, puts up a wild layup, and a block called. Oh, wow. Thought Riley Moore would sit there, but instead it will be a block on her. That's going to be her first. Team fifth now for the Boomers there in the first quarter. Oh, excuse me. They tagged that to Avery Edwards, but that should have been on Riley Moore. So, and that's what Coach Uribe is over there clarifying. That should have been on Moore, not Edwards. First free throw for Perez is good. Now the ref's discussing that foul. Perez got 4, and it's 9-6. Alva's pulled within 3 now, and they should be changing this foul. They had it on Edwards. Should be on Moore, and they're clarifying. And so they do change it up now. And you can hear it there on the PA. So it is to Moore, confirmed. Which saves the Boomers because you don't want Avery Edwards getting into early foul trouble. Edwards will come sit, though, for a second as Briley Douglas Fisher into the ballgame, the freshman for the Boomers. Perez setting up for a second free throw for Alva. Puts it up, and that one nothing but net as well. So after splitting the initial pair she had, she's made 5 straight. And she's got 5 points. The other way quickly, it's Douglas Fisher as the buzzer ends, being able to get the 2 points. How about that to end the quarter? The Boomers lead now 11-7 at the end of 1. We'll go ahead and take a timeout and come back for the second quarter. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here at Alva as we begin the second quarter on Z92 and Boomer TV. Boomers with the first possession, a lead 11-7. Top the key, it's Porter with it. Looking for somebody to pass it to. Swings over now to the right wing to Pruitt. Pruitt to the right corner, Douglas Fisher. Pump fake the 3 and then fed it back to Pruitt. Now inside to Pfeiffer. She's triple teamed. Those got to back it out. Now needs help. Throws it to O'Hanley. O'Hanley gets triple team. Has to back it out. They get it to Douglas Fisher. Now to Pruitt. Now to Pfeiffer on the left elbow. She tried to drive, and they pushed her down. No. And possession are going to be with Alva. I mean, Pfeiffer hop step, got body checked, went to the ground. There was nothing. So they let it play. Alva comes up with possession after the jump ball. It's going to be Mary-Kate Foster with it. She'll go over to Perez. And back to Foster. Over to J.C. Kellen. Cross court. Pass picked off and stolen by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer going the other way for the Boomers. She's cut off. Backs out now to the wing. Dumps it inside to Douglas Fisher. She can't handle the pass, though. And it's turned over back to the Ladybugs. Boomers lead 11-7. 6:55 to go in the first half. Across the timelines. Foster with it now for Ladybugs. Dumps it to the elbow. Kellen. Cross court right wing to Gaddy. Top key back to Foster. Foster looking for some help now with the dribble. Checked by Presley Pruitt. Counts on. Now she's in trouble. Dumps it to the elbow to Perez. Perez trying to drive on O'Hanley. They're going to call a foul on O'Hanley as it looked like she had the poke. That's not what they're going to get. They're going to get a body bump, and they're going to get O'Hanley for her second foul. That's Woodward's 16th foul, so with 6:35 to go in the half, one more, and Alva's in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half. Line change for the Boomers is now you'll get the 5 out there is going to be Pfeiffer, Edwards, Hagemeyer, Moore, and Porter. Taking out Douglas Fisher, O'Hanley, and Pruitt all out. And down here for Alva. Top the key, it's Durkee with it. Over to Foster. Foster going to drive. Okay, back over to Durkee on the wing. Durkee going to try to drive on Hagemeyer. Nice cutoff. Now to Hamilton. Hamilton trying for a pass. It's batted, stolen by Edwards. Edwards the other way in transition. One-on-one. Puts up the layup. That one out. Rebound on the backside by Moore. She puts it up. Can't get that to go. Rebound fought for and poked out of bounds by Ladybug. We'll stay here with the Boomers. Great steal again for Avery Edwards. Just couldn't quite finish there on the other end. Good hustle by Riley Moore to get another shot as well. And Briley Douglas Fisher coming in very quickly again. She got a short breath there. She'll take out Hagemeyer. And with possession, it's going to be Maisie Porter inbounding on the baseline from the right block, just under it. Now we've got a whistle, and they're going to call an offensive foul on the Boomers. They're going to get Riley Moore. Wow. So that's her second, 7th team foul, and Alva's in the bonus. The last 6:15 to go here in the first half. As Hagemeyer back on very quickly, and we'll see Dayton Lewis in as well for the Boomers as they take out Riley Moore and Douglas Fisher. Now Alva with the inbound. They'll get up to Morgan Heath. She'll feed back over to Kellum. Top key to Foster. Foster looking. She traveled. Yep, good call there. She got checked up as she was about to fire an overhip, similar to what we saw in Woodward in the second matchup. Slow-paced game. Not a lot of scoring both ways, so the finite play is going to be crucial. Porter, top key, she'll drive. Now kick out right wing to Hagemeyer. Dump it side to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer double team. She's tied up. Now ball's on the ground. We got a jump ball. And it'll be possession to the Boomers. Possession arrow sticking with Woodward. So, and now we got a timeout by Coach Vetter. So he wants to go ahead and reset his girls a little bit. We'll go ahead and step aside with them. Boomers lead 11-7. It is Boomer basketball on Boomer TV and Z92. With you as Woodward currently leads 11-7, 5:49 to go here in the first foul. The timeout by Coach Vetter. It's going to be Maisie Porter inbound for the Boomers. Right baseline below the block. Gets it to Edwards. Now back to Porter. To go, Avery Edwards now 5 points here in this first half. Boomers lead 13-7. Now the other way. On the wing, it's Durkee. Durkee tries to thread a pass through the middle. It's poked away, almost stolen, saved by Heath. Now back to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer transition, puts up the left-handed layup, can't get it to go. Rebound by Brooke Perez, excuse me. She's got 7. And Chloe Durkee, as Woodward really pushed it there out of the make by Alva. And so far in this one. Boomers now inbound. They'll get a top key to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with the pass. Durkee almost steals it. She tips the backcourt. Pfeiffer gets it back. Now goes to the right corner to Edwards. Right elbow to Pfeiffer. She's going to drive to the paint, puts a play up. Can't get to go through some contact, but she'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. Let's see who they get that foul on. They're going to get Mary-Kate Foster, her first, team 3rd. And Pfeiffer at the line with 6 points in this one, all in the first quarter. First free throw was good. She's got 7. The Boomers now lead by 5, 14-9. 4:47 to go here in the first half. Second free throw for Pfeiffer. That one's up and good as well. She made both. She's got 8. The Boomers lead by 6, 15-9. Alva with the inbound. Beat to Perez. Now to Durkee. Back to Mary-Kate Foster, who was the inbounder. She gets cut off, though, by Avery Edwards. Tries to rifle, pass up. It's through the hands of a ladybug. Now to Lewis. Now to Pfeiffer. Boomers the other way. Pfeiffer on the right wing. She'll drive. Get cut off. Feeds back top of the key, but she traveled, trying to stretch that leg, unfortunately, and make that pass. Both teams being very good about transition defense in this one, in this first half. They were getting back off those turnovers and those buckets very quickly. That's why it's only 15-9 here. With about 12 minutes of actual game time, clock time, I should say. Inbound now for Alva. They'll get it to Perez. Perez dealing with that press. Now back to Heath. Heath over here to Hamilton. Still not across the timeline. Now back to Heath, and she finally gets across. No, they called it 10 seconds before she could get across, and the Boomer press again comes up with another turnover. I mean, Alva just very hesitant. They just don't want to go. And, it's because they feel Woodward's going to be at every turn on them. So far, that's been the case. Inbound now. Goes to Maisie Porter, top of the key. She'll swing it left wing to Edwards. Edwards going to try to drive from there. Gets cut off. Flips it back to Porter, and it's off her foot and out of bounds. The Boomers turn it over right there. in the half court. Back to the Ladybugs. 4:07 to go in the half. Boomers lead 15-9, but Alva with possession. They'll get into Hamilton on the right wing. Tries to go cross court, and it hits the underneath of the rim. Now a scrum for it on the floor. A jump ball forced as Maisie Porter got on the floor for the Boomers. Got tied up with Lake and Gaddy. Possession error going to stick, though, with Alva. That's going to be J.C. Kellen back in for Alva. She'll take out Hamilton. For the Boomers right now, it's Porter, Lewis, Pfeiffer, Douglas, Fisher, and Edwards. And now Coach Gore wants to talk about things, so we'll go ahead, step aside on this timeout, and take it with them. This is Boomer Basketball on Z92. At Alva Gymnasium, Tyler Riggs with you on Boomer TV and Z92. As your Boomers lead 15-9 right now over the Ladybugs. 3-5 Woodward right now winning that battle of attrition. As similar to what we saw there in Woodward back a few weeks ago on the 25th, where it's just kind of a game where neither team really were giving up easy buckets. Woodward in that one was able to capitalize off some turnovers, and so far they're doing the same here. Alva, though, with possession out of the timeout. It's going to be Durkee. She'll inbound here to Kellen on the left wing. Now top the key to Heath. Heath looking. She's double teamed. Needs some help. She's falling back. Almost traveled with it. Gets back to Durkee. Durkee double teamed. Oh, now a foul on the Boomers. Let's see who they get. They're going to get Avery Edwards. Just her first. That'll be the for a pair of free throws. This is not what you want if you're the Boomers. You put to be able to, kind of slow down the foul, but you don't want to put this Alva team at the free throw line. They are adept free throw shooters. Brooke Perez has shown that so far in this one. First been good, and she will earn the bonus. And Durkee on the board for the first time tonight. Alva's cut it back to 5, 15-10. Durkee setting up for the second free throw. She'll dip and shoot. That one rattles in. She made both. That's 15-11 now. Boomers on top. Porter taking it the other way forward now. Across the timeline. Edwards, though, needs some help. Now she's going to dribble. Puts up the little floater on the baseline. Short arm, but can't get it to go. Rebound underneath now by Kellen. On the scorer's table. Cross timeline. Now she's double teamed. Almost threw away the pass. Heath comes in, collects it. Now she's. That will send Morgan Heath. Still 1-1 here as the Boomers' 9th team foul. And Heath now teeing up for the first one. Couple dribbles, dips, shoots the front end of the 1-1, and it rattles in, so she will lead. But Alva cutting away here at it. Heath tees up the second one, puts it up. That one a bit short off the front of the rim. Rebound underneath by Avery Edwards. Boomers the other way. Flips to Porter. 3:15 to go in the half. Porter, top the key, cut off, backs it out. Now feeds to the free throw line to Edwards. Tries to dump it inside to Douglas Fisher, but the pass is way over her head, and that's out of bounds. Back to Alva. Good look there. Good idea for the Boomers. Just couldn't quite get it down in there to Douglas Fisher. She was open on that baseline. So be Heath inbound it for the Ladybugs. She'll get it in now to Kellen. Kellen back to Heath. Heath will flip it over to Perez. They get across timeline finally. Right wing to Gaddy. She's cut off, though. Needs some help. Still looking. Calls on now to the corner. Durkee open for a three. She takes it and nails it. Chloe Durkee now has 5, and it's all tied up. 15-all here with 2:45 to go in the half. Boomers the other way. Edwards with on the wing. Flips right wing now to Pfeiffer. She'll drive. Puts up a tough layer. Gets it to go. And the foul. Leslie Pfeiffer in the paint with a tough one. And that's what she is so dangerous at, that dribble drive. She's now got 10. Let's see who they tag that foul on. And the Boomers lead now 17-15. Pfeiffer for the and one free throw. Can't make it, but rebound, though, by Douglas Fisher. Flips out now to Porter on the wing. Porter bumped a couple times. Now had to put up the shot. Shot goes, but they're going to call travel on her. She leaned into the shot. That's tough. She took a bump there. Was expecting a foul. Didn't get it. It's back to the Ladybugs now at the inbounds. Pass. That's the 10th team foul. 15 ball game. Boomers on top with 2:29 to go in this first half. Been back and forth. First free throw is up and good for Durkee. And she's now got second free throw for Durkee. That one good as well. It's tied back up, 17 all. Woodward now the other way, inbound to Pfeiffer from Porter. Now back to Porter across the timeline. She's going to drive, Euro step their lane, puts a layup off glass and good. Not nifty move there from Maisie Porter. She's on the board for the first time tonight. Boomers retake the lead 19-17. Alva going to break the press the other way quickly. Gaddy gets her across the timeline. She'll go into the left wing now to Durkee. Durkee going to drive left baseline, cut off. Does an entire spin move that should have been a travel. Puts up the layup, doesn't get it to go. Rebound underneath by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now racing in transition. Cuts through the lane, puts up a wild layup, and she was hacked on the way up. Shot no good, but does leave Pfeiffer going to the line for a couple free throws. Let's see who they got on that one. They're going to get Brooke Perez. Just her first foul. She's had a good game so far for the Bugs with 7 points and has negated kind of Faith O'Hanley in this one. First free throw for Pfeiffer is good, as she's now got 11, pacing the Boomers. They lead 20-17. We'll get Avery Edwards on the taking a seat now for the Boomers. Now break in Hagemeyer. And Dayton Lewis also in, so it's Lewis, Porter, Pfeiffer, Douglas Fisher, and Hagemeyer for the Boomers. Pfeiffer's second free throw is up and good. And she's got 12. The Boomers 21. They lead. Couldn't stop her momentum as she was trailing her and ran into her and fouled her. And that's going to be done for Brooke Perez, as she's made quite a few in this first half. Has 5 free throws made in the first half. First free throw of this trip is up and good. She's now got 8. It's back to 21-18. She'll tee up the second one, and that one good as well. So she made both on the half. It's Porter the other way now for the across the timeline on the right wing. She'll flip it to Douglas Fisher. Top to key now to Hagemeyer. Back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer will flip it to Douglas Fisher. At the top, she's going to drive. Hand off now to Porter on the wing. Back to Pfeiffer, top of the key. Trying to get some going here. Gets a screen. Doesn't quite use it. Now feeds back to Porter, who will screen him. Porter going to reset again there at the Gold Bug logo. Now over to Lewis. To left wing to Hagemeyer. Looking for a pass. Has a dribble to work with. Dumps inside, though, to Pfeiffer, who's cut now. Puts up a tough leaner. Can't get to go. Underneath. Lewis with the rebound. Top key now back to Porter. So Woodward extends possession. Minute 5 to go here in the first half. They lead by 2. On the wing, Hagemeyer dumps the baseline to Douglas Fisher. Puts up a tough leaner. That one just rims out. Rebound now by Lewis. She falls to the floor trying to pass it out. And threw it right to a goal or a Ladybug, but Zlake Gaddy couldn't control it. Went out of bounds. Will stay with Woodward. In the deep corner, it's going to be Maisie Porter inbound in it. 56 seconds to go here in the first half. Gets to Hagemeyer. Now back to the corner. Porter for 3. That one a bit short, no good. Rebound backside by Perez. Alva the other way. Now up to Heath. Heath still in the backcourt, though. Goes over to Mary Kate Foster. Foster trying to break that 10 count. Has to throw a wild pass. Does get across timeline to Perez. Now Perez racing out to the block. Gets cut off. Now the elbow. Hamilton for the jumper. Rattles out. Quick jumper there, no good. And a rebound. Oh, they're going to say it was off with Desley Pfeiffer. She had initially got it, and they're going to say she lost a handle. Thought she was maybe poked from behind by Ladybug, but no, it will stay here with Alva. So 21-19, on top, 34 seconds to go in this first half. It's going to be Alva on the inbound. Be Hamilton inbounding for the Ladybug. She throws it into the paint to Perez. Up and under move for Perez. Puts up the. She's fired up, and Alva's tied it right back up, 21 all. Perez has got 11. The other way now, Porter with it for the Boomers. On the wing to Hagemeyer. Top the key now. 20 seconds to go in the half. Porter going to motion over Douglas Fisher. Now going to drive from the wing. Feed back to Hagemeyer. Top the key, Douglas Fisher. She'll tee up a 3 from there and nail it. Probably Douglas Fisher. Nothing but net from the top of the key, and she gets the Boomers to lead back. She's got 5. 5 seconds to go. Alva trying to go quick to the timeline. Durkee for 3 at the buzzer, and that was no good, and that's how we end the first half. Woodward will take a 3-point lead, 24-21 into the half over the Gold Bugs, or the Ladybugs, excuse me. We'll go ahead and take a break and come back with the Dairy Queen halftime show. It's Boomer Basketball on Z92. here at the break. So ahead, look, she left off last week against Guyman, where she had 15. You also get 2 from Maisie Porter in that first quarter for Woodward to essentially answer what Thesley Pfeiffer's been doing for Woodward. You've also got Chloe Durkee, the other senior, with 7. You got 2 from J.C. Kellen and 1 from Morgan Heath for the Ladybugs. The quarter scoring went like this. Woodward won at 11-7 in that first quarter. The second quarter, though, Alva able to actually win that one 14-13 there in that second quarter. Alva, who has handled the press a bit better than they did in the first couple matchups. Woodward still able to force some turnovers, but Alva's been able to have a little bit better answers. Looking at some foul trouble here for the Boomers, you got Maisie Porter with 2 fouls, 2 fouls for Riley Moore, 2 for Avery Edwards, and 2 for Faith O'Hanley, who is scoreless right now in the ballgame. Remember, she had 14 in the first outing against Alva and 13 last time against them. She was held to no points there in that first half. And then on the Alva side of things, they're not really dealing with the foul trouble. They had not as many calls on them. No player with 2 fouls right now for the Ladybugs there on their side of things. All first half recap. Let's go ahead. And back here in Alva on right now up at the half, 24-21 over the Ladybugs. Here from Alva. The backside of that, though, is they let Alva kind of stay around in this one pretty tight because they fouled a little bit too much. This game being called very tight, so Woodward's got to be careful to not get too aggressive and get with the foul. That can be tough. It's a tough thing to turn off when you're dead set to. They've got some good looks. They haven't just been able quite to get them to go in a lot of cases. They've had to do it through some traffic, and so you'd like to see them be able to finish that through the traffic, then maybe also find some of those shooters. We saw the freshman Briley Douglas-Fisher had a big 3 there for the Boomers right before the end of the half from way out. So if you get more of that for it, that could get you a good second half here for the Boomers. But look, with those looks at the keys to the second half, we'll go ahead and step aside for a final halftime show break here. It is Boomer Basketball on Z92. And back here in Alva as we begin the second half here on Boomer TV Z92. Woodward going to come up with a 3-pointer for Josiah Hagemeyer. That's a bit strong, no good. Rebound out underneath by Mary Kate Foster. She'll drive, kick to the baseline to Hamilton. Hamilton, a long jumper from there on the baseline, left side. That's no good. Rebound, though, tracked down by Mary Kate Foster on the backside. Alva extends their possession. Foster to Durkee, now back to Foster. Kick to the right corner to Gaddy. All about the shot. Now to the free throw line there to Foster. Foster looking for some help, gets at the baseline to Gaddy for a quick jumper from the right side. That's no good. Rebound long and to Maisie Porter. Boomers racing the other way in transition. Porter kicks over to the wing to Edwards. She'll tee up a 3 in rhythm. That's short, no good. Rebound underneath, though, by Porter. Porter able to kick it back out. Now top the key to Pfeiffer, and the Boomers will reset. Lead here is 24-21. Meyer now to the left wing to Porter. Porter with the dribble, looking for some help. Now goes to the corner to Edwards. Back to Porter. Gets the screen from Pfeiffer. Right wing now to Hagemeyer. Haggard dips it to the right corner. Edwards. A dump inside to Hanley, but Hanley quickly double teamed, and that pass batted away out of bounds by Brooke Perez of the Ladybugs. So Woodward going to keep possession. There'll be a baseline inbound for Maisie Porter. Be inbounding from underneath the right block. Looking. Throws inside now to Pfeiffer. Double team. Puts up the layup. Can't get it to go. Tough through traffic right there. And a pass tipped out of bounds. After a rebound by Alva. Was tipped out by Pfeiffer. So we'll stay with Alva. They'll take it the other way. It's going to be Mary Kate Foster inbounding here from the sideline. She's looking. She throws it in now. Center court. Contact between Durkee and Pfeiffer, and somehow Alva comes up with it. Hamilton has it top the key. Now on the right wing, Foster. Foster cut off. Now to the elbow to Perez. Perez trying to go up and under so far tonight. We're going to get on Hanley for that one. That's going to be her third. Come sit with that quick third foul. Free throw for Perez. That's no good. Moore does come into the ball game. So it's Edwards, Hagemeyer, Moore, Porter, and Pfeiffer out there. I was missing one. I found it. Perez, the second free throw. That's good. So that's the first points of the second half. Perez got 12. Alva cuts the lead back to 2 for the Boomers. 24-22. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Porter with the top key. Now to the wing to Moore. The corner now to Edwards in that left corner. Dump inside to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer driving, gets there. I think she forgot she had that dribble for a second. Good job there by Thesley to draw the foul. Let's see who they get. They're going to get Mary Kate Foster for her second. Team first here in the half. One foul piece so far for both. Now it'll be Porter inbounded. She'll get into the left corner to Edwards. Edwards going to try to drive from there. Gets cut off. Now spinning around and fouled finally. She almost traveled, but she does get fouled by Lake and Gaddy. Gaddy going to pick up her first, team second now quickly for Alva. Boomers lead 24-22, 5:31 to go here in the third quarter. With the inbounds, Porter dumps it to the other block to Woodward. Inbound by Mary Kay Foster. She'll get it into Perez. Perez going to launch pass to Hamilton across timeline. Back to Perez. Another reset up to Mary Kay Foster, top the key. She gets cut off, has to pick up a dribble. Now dumps over there to the left baseline to Perez. She's going to drive, gets in the middle of the glass, runs out, no good. Strong Alva as Moore was getting just hounded there after the rebound. That's going to be Brooke Perez. So it was Woodward with foul trouble in the first half, and so far Alva kind of lose themselves a little bit and picking up some quick fouls. That's 2 on Perez, 3 now team fouls for Alva to start the half. It's Hagemeyer with it. Top the key now to Moore. Thesley Pfeiffer again, the mid-range jumper and the foul. Tripped herself up after the shot. And she'll go to the line for the and one, her second of the night. She's got 14 now. The Boomers extend the lead back to 4, 26-22. That foul. And she's going to have to come off as Brooke Perez comes back on. And make the Boomer lead 5. Let's see if she can do it here. One dribble, collects herself, now dips and shoots it, and Pfeiffer with 15 now. Alva going the other way with it. It's Hamilton. She's double teamed in the backcourt. Finally gets up to Durkee across timeline. Durkee takes it to the right ring, gets cut off, has to back it out. Now double team. Whoa. They'll say it's off of Boomer. Thought that Perez was the last touch there, but she wasn't. They're going to say it's off Riley Moore. So stay here with Alva. It'll be an inbound underneath. Hamilton with it. She'll throw it into Perez, who's cutting. Tried to put up the shot. Didn't get the call. Missed it. Now 2 Alva Ladybugs saved it right. Pfeiffer with the tough layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound on the backside. Now fight for the board underneath between Avery Edwards for the Ladybugs. It's going to be Haley Hamilton inbounded now. She's looking for body out of bounds. Good defense there by Riley Moore. That's going to be to Woodward. So they'll force the turnover. It's going to be Porter inbounding now on the baseline from the underneath the left block. Slaps the ball, throws it into Moore. Moore kind of corrals the pass finally. It's a tough pass. She'll flip it back out to Hagemeyer. The Boomer's going to set up. Now on the left wing, it's Porter. Top the key to Moore. Moore with the dribble. Feeds it over to Edwards on the right wing. Now right corner to Hagemeyer. Trying to find Thesley Pfeiffer inside to no avail so far. On the wing, Porter with it. Now to the corner to Hagemeyer. Thought about the 3, didn't take it. Feeds back to Porter. Now to the paint to Edwards. She can't handle pass, though. Looked away, but collects it back. Tries to put shots. No good. Rebound, though, by Moore underneath. She can't get the strike again. 2 good looks. Just can't get them in. And they're letting them play through some contact on some of these shots in the second half. And now it's going to be Hamilton. She'll throw it into Durkee. Durkee double team, throws it back to Hamilton. They're still in the backcourt. The count's on. Hamilton races across the timeline, finally gets it to Heath. Heath runs into her own player. Should have been a travel, didn't get it. Now top the key to Hamilton. Zip pass inside. Batted around, stolen. Edwards comes up with it for the Boomers. Now racing the other way to Hagemeyer on the wing. Hagemeyer going to dribble drive. Gets cut off. Feeds back now to Porter. Porter going to back things out on the wing. She's going to tee up a three from there. And it rattles in a good. Maisie Porter. She hits a big three, and the Boomers all of a sudden up by 8, one of their biggest leads here so far, and we got a full timeout from Coach Gore for Alva, so we'll go ahead, step aside, and take it with them. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And here in Alva, out of the timeout as your Boomers lead. Quarter. They've had a good start to this half, extending their three-point lead that they had at the break. 2:59 to go here in the third. Cecily Pfeiffer having a big ball game. She's got 15 in this one right now for the Boomers. Also, we had a big three right there before the timeout by Maisie Porter. And her, as well as Douglas Fisher, Briley Douglas Fisher, and Avery Edwards, all 5 apiece right now for Woodward. It's Alva, though, with possession out of the timeout. It's going to be Heath inbounding it from her baseline. Throws it in to J.C. Kellen, almost turns it over. Feeds back to Heath. Now over to Durkee. She'll race across the timeline here on the right side. Bounces off the foot of Giselle Hagemeyer. As soon as Durkee got across the timeline, she was trapped by Hagemeyer and Porter. So had to take the senior out and throw it off the foot. Alva with possession still. Heath will inbound it to Gaddy. Gaddy now at the Goldbug logo. Dribbles over to the right wing. Tries to throw past the left wing. Battle line stolen by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer easily lay up the other way. Off glass and in. Nobody could challenge her. And the Boomers now lead by 10. A double-digit lead. 32-22 off the steal by Thesley. Down here. Dockery with it. Now gets up to Gaddy. 2:25 to go in the third. Gaddy over to Kellen. Kellen zip pass inside to Perez. A good find there. And Brooke Perez gets the easy layup. And Alva cuts it back to 8. 32-24. 2:10 to go here in the third. Boomers now with possession the other way. It's Porter top of the key. Right wing now to Edwards. Back to Pfeiffer. Swing it to the wing to Hagemeyer. Into the corner to Porter. Thought about 3, didn't take it. We go top key now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with the dribble. Dribbles it over to Edwards. Kicks out on the right wing to her. Now dump inside. Back to Pfeiffer. She's going to turn drive. Puts it up off glass and in. Easy work for Thesley Pfeiffer. She's now got 19 in this one. And approaching that 20-point mark. They only got it for 17, but they're behind the bucket. Boomers lead by 10 again, 34-24. Alva the other way. On the wing, it's Gaddy. Now to the right wing to Durkee. A bounce pass to the block to Perez. Nice up-under move by Brooke Perez on Riley Moore. Gets it off glass and in. So Perez, 2 answers there. She's up to 15, or excuse me, she's up to 16 herself. 34-26. Boomers still on top. On the right wing. Avery Edwards with it. Now top the key to Moore. Left wing to Hagemeyer. Minute 15 to go in the third quarter here. Boomers trying to find some movement. Hagemeyer going to dribble it up to the top of the key. Now swings it right wing to Edwards. Edwards gets the screen from Pfeiffer, but couldn't quite use it. Now dump inside to Moore. Moore will double team. Still gets the up and under move and gets it to go on the right block. Riley Moore on the board for the first time tonight. The Boomers extend the lead back to 10 again. 36-26. Under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Alva with possession. It's Heath trying to get across timeline. Finally fires a pass up to J.C. Kellen and out. Throws it to Durkee. Durkee wasn't looking. It went off her back and out of bounds. And boy, Alva coming unglued here in the third quarter, as it's been a 12-5 quarter so far for the Boomers to extend this lead out to 10. And Coach Gore having to get some girls in there now. They haven't seen the court quite yet. Got Trinity Miller into the ball game for the first time. Trying to get something going. As Alva, like I said, coming a little unglued. Boomers with possession and a lead, 36-26. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They go left wing to Edwards. Edwards, top to get to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer swings it right wing now to Porter. Porter looking for some help. Top of the key up to Moore. Moore to drive. Skips through the paint, puts up the floater. Can't get to go off glass off rim. Had a good look. Just didn't go down. Rebound underneath by Alva. They only got 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Got to push it. And now, as Hamilton tries to get it up, she's fouled. They're going to get Thesley Pfeiffer on the foul. Only her first, team second. Boomers done a much better job so far here in the second half on those fouls. Inbound by Foster on the sideline. She gets it to Hamilton. Top of the key now to Miller. Miller with 10 seconds. Now turned over. Avery Edwards, 5 seconds, racing the other way. 4, puts up the layup, and it sticks it in. Avery Edwards with the layup the other way, and that's how we'll end the third quarter as the time runs out. The Boomers lead by 12. 38-26. We'll go ahead, take a break, and come back for the fourth quarter. It's Boomer Basketball on Boomer TV and Z92. And back here on Z92, Boomer TV, Tyler Riggs with you as the Boomers lead 38-26. Going into the fourth quarter, they've got the first possession. Now turnover, though. Durkee going to come up with this. Porter was to the floor. Alva top the key. It's Mary Kate Foster with it. She's double teamed now on the wing. Goes to the elbow to Miller. Miller going to drive, puts up a wild floater. That's no good. Rebound chased down, though, underneath by Perez. Perez tries to feed out a pass, poked away and stolen by Pfeiffer from behind her. Pfeiffer has the numbers the other way. Bounce pass over to Moore. Moore with the easy layup gets it to go. Riley Moore now with 4, and the Boomers just an avalanche here from the third quarter on. And now lead by 14, 40-26. Alva, Durkee with it, trying to break the press. Does get across the timeline now to Perez. Perez throws it over to Kate Foster, top of the key. Mary Kate Foster at the logo. Now checked by Avery Edwards and Hagemeyer on the left wing. Feeds into the left corner to Miller. Miller throws it to the elbow to Gaddy. It's off Gaddy now. Fight for it, and it's going to be out of bounds off a ladybug. And as we mentioned, just coming unglued here is Alva. That quarter for the Boomers, they won that quarter 14-5 in the third. And now on a 16-5 run, if you include the bucket so far here. And what we got, we're going to get a timeout by Coach Vetter here for the Boomers. So Boomers lead 40-26, 7:05 left to go here in the ball game. We'll go ahead and step aside with them. It's Boomer Basketball on Z92. And now back here on Z92, Boomer TV, as we're coming out of the timeout there by Coach Vetter. 7:05 to go here in the ball game. Woodward has extended their lead to 14, 40-26. Remember, they only led by 3 at the half. They've done a phenomenal job here in the second half so far to cut down some of the mistakes. Definitely cut down the mistakes. We get a travel, unfortunately, from Avery Edwards there on the wing as she was racing, trying to drive in and got cut off. Heath, Durkee, Foster, Perez, and Hamilton out there. The the Boomers have Edwards, Douglas Fisher, Porter, Pfeiffer, and Moore. It's Heath with it. She'll get across the timeline now up to Mary Kate Foster on the right wing. Back top to Keita. Heath, but the pass is too strong. That's no for a back as Mary Kate Foster was pressured there on the wing. Just fired a wild pass. That goes right wing to Edwards. Back to Pfeiffer at the top. Now left wing to Douglas Fisher. Left corner now to Porter. Porter back to Douglas Fisher. Boomers working around the perimeter. Avery Edwards with it. Tries to hit a cutting Riley Moore. Pass gets batted, but comes back to Avery Edwards. Now top key. Pfeiffer going to tee up a three. That one a bit long, no good. Rebound tipped by Porter, but it's two. Mary Kate Foster, and Alva now heads the other way. She's double teamed though in the corner. Tries to throw it off the foot of Maisie Porter, and the ball just stops. Picked up by Edwards to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer for the one. What an awkward play is. It was Mary Kate Foster got double teamed on the rebound in that corner. Couldn't throw it off the foot of Maisie Porter. The ball just stopped right there before it went out of bounds. It was scooped up by Edwards and fed over for an easy layup and the bucket for Thesleigh Pfeiffer. They fouled her to add the damage. Foul going to be on Hamilton. And Pfeiffer going to make the N1 free throw as well. So now she is up to 22 points. The Boomers lead 43-26 in this one. It was Haley Hamilton that picked up that second foul, by the way, for Alva, as they've got now 5 team fouls. So Alva with the possession now, trailing by 17. Mary Kate Foster with the backcourt. She'll get up to Morgan Heath down the right side, down the right wing. Heath will drive all the way to the block, puts up the layup, ran over Riley Moore. Couldn't get the layup to go. Backside rebound by Thesleigh Pfeiffer. She's racing the other way, down to the right corner. By Giselle Hagemeyer on the backside. She dribbles off the foot of Mary Kate Foster, Coach Vetter. So we'll go ahead and step aside one more time with them. With 5:37 to go, Woodward leads 43-26. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here at Alva Gymnasium on the campus of Alva High School. Porter currently leads the Ladybugs 43-26 here with 5 showing bound to Porter. Porter going to tee up a long three for the wing and nails it. Nothing but net. The Boomers lead by 20. 46-26 pull away here in the second half. Porter with 8. Boomers have been on a huge run right now. And we'll get to that in a second. As Alva the other way. And we got a block call as Mary Kate Foster ran into Maisie Porter, hit her right in the chest. And now an extra bump and a technical on Mary Kate Foster. She got on the block, but then you get the technical from Mary Kate Foster. So the Boomers are going to have free throws in possession after the foul from Maisie Porter. That's how this should go. Let's see how they get it. And that's going to be the 4th on Foster, her first tech. And let's see here. Did mention Porter going to pick up the foul. It's her 4th. So that'd be tech free throws coming for Maisie Porter. The Boomers lead by 20. They're up by 3 at the half. They have outscored Alva right now by 17 so far in the second half. Technical free throw up for Maisie Porter, and that's good. She's now got 9. It's a 21-point lead, 47-26. It's a 23-5 run for the Boomers here. Second free throw, good as well. She made both of them on top. And with possession, it will be the Boomers after the tech foul. It's going to be Thesleigh Pfeiffer inbound it here on the sideline, directly in front of us. She'll throw it into Porter. Now the Boomers just going to take their time, probably try to work this half court, find a good look. No rush here as they were well in control. Top key, Porter's going to drive, kick to the wing. Hagemeyer thought about 3, could took it, didn't. Now she goes around the top at the key, gets up and under, puts up layup, can't get that to go. Backside rebound, though, by Douglas Fisher, puts up the little runner. That's no good. Rebound underneath by Riley Moore. Third chance doesn't go. She gets her own board there, and now Pfeiffer has it. She'll drive, gets cut off. Kicks out now to Hagemeyer, backs it out to Porter at the Goldbug logo. My goodness. 3 straight chances. The Boomers couldn't convert, but the fight to keep it going, and now they're going to say a travel by Porter there on the right wing as she was handed off to Douglas Fisher. And after all that, it's going to be back to Alva. 4:45 left in this one. Coach Vetter telling his team to be smart here down the stretch. No reason to get lackadaisical. Want to keep yourself on the gas. Be Trinity Miller inbounding for the Ladybugs. Counts on. Finally, she gets in there at the last possible second. Back to Miller. She got to enter Grace Scores into the ball game for the first time. Miller trying to come up with the pass. Throws it away. It's batted. Stolen by Porter. Porter gets down. Douglas Fisher puts the layup. It just rims out. No good. Off glass, off rim. And now a foul the other way as there's a rebound there by Carly Argo. And a foul by Thesley Pfeiffer. She kind of poked her. So Pfeiffer going to pick up her second. Only the team fourth. Alva's got 16 fouls in this half. It'll be Gore inbounding. She'll get in now to Argo. Argo back to Gore. 4:20 to go in this one. 4:25, excuse me. Boomers lead 48-26. Now a pass thrown away. Picked up and stolen by Thesley Pfeiffer, and she's going to check it up. Realizing the score and the time here. Instead of pushing a transition, she'll flip back to Maisie Porter. The Boomers just going to run a bit of perimeter now. Lazy pass by Porter. Picked off by Miller. Miller going the other way for Alva. She'll stop popping the paint. Can't get the shot to go. And a foul underneath. Who are they going to get? They're going to get a shooting foul. They're going to get on Maisie Porter. I think it's going to be a shooting foul. See if that's the case. Yep, they're going to get Maisie Porter for her fourth foul, and it's going to be free throws for Trinity Miller. She hadn't scored yet. Been in action, just hadn't quite got a bucket. First free throw, though, is good. She breaks a big scoring debut out for Alva. That's their first point of the fourth quarter. 48-27, Boomers on top. As now you get some of the starters out for the Boomers. Maisie Porter going to come sit. Second free throw for Miller is good. She made both. 48-28 now. Boomers back on top by 20. Hagemeyer with it the other way. She'll kick to the right wing to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looking. Goes skip past left wing now to Hagemeyer. Dribbles it back up to the top of the key. Resets. Left wing now. Douglas Fisher. Fisher hits cutting Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer into the paint. Kicks out to Edwards. Top of the key now to Moore. Right wing now to Hagemeyer. Dribbles back to the top of the key. 3:40 to go in this one. Left wing, Pfeiffer with it. Douglas Fisher now on the top of the key. Tries to get over to Hagemeyer. It's poked away there by Grace Scorer, but Hagemeyer able to retrieve it in the backcourt. Now to the right corner to Edwards. Looking for some help. Tries to throw a baseline to Hagemeyer. Gets tipped, but gets to her. Key now to Pfeiffer. 3:15 to go here in the ball game. Boomers just taking their time, trying to be patient. On the wing, Douglas Fisher with it. Now to Hagemeyer. Over to Porter, right wing. Over to Moore. Running around this perimeter here. On the left wing, Hagemeyer with it. Top key now to Edwards. Right wing now to Moore. 2:55 to go here in the ball game. Left wing now, it's Edwards with it. Now hits a cutting Riley Moore for the little jumper in the paint. Can't get that to go. It was off glass, off rim, and out. Rebound underneath by Alva. Grace Scorer with it the other way. She feeds it over to Carly Argo. Now up to Trinity Miller on the right wing. Miller going to drive. Gets poked from Avery Edwards from behind to Douglas Fisher. Now up to Pfeiffer in transition. The easy layup off glass and in. And Thesley Pfeiffer now up to 24 of the Boomer 50 in this one. Boomers lead 50-28. Now the other way. They'll get down for a little right baseline jumper there. Shot no good. The other way, the Boomers racing down as Avery Edwards for the layup and in. In transition. Just blew by everybody. And Edwards now going to have 9. It's 52-28. Boomers on top. A explosion in the second half for the Boomers offensively and defensively to be able to pull away this one in a big manner. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Alva with possession. Now they get into Pierce. Pierce going to take a little jumper there. Lana Pierce can't get that one to go in the paint. Rebound on the backside by Woodward. Xavier Edwards now taking it the other way across the timeline. Got Braylee Cloyd in there for the first time tonight for Woodward. It's Douglas Fisher, it's Cloyd, Lewis, Edwards, and Pruitt out there. And now a turnover there right in front of the Boomer bench as miscommunication between Avery Edwards and Braylee Cloyd. As Edwards went to hand it off to her and Cloyd wasn't quite ready for it. So that is back to Alva. Minute 35 left in this one. 52-28. Boomers on top. Alva, though, with possession. Now pass inside to Gord. It's tipped away in the paint. Picked off by Lewis. Over to Edwards, over to Pruitt. Now Douglas Fisher in transition. Lets the girl blow by her. Gets the easy layup. Riley Douglas Fisher having a great night here tonight. The freshman now up to 7 points. Been pretty involved throughout defensively as well. Boomers pushing that lead now to 54-28. And we got a foul here on the wing as Gore is tripped up. Let's see who we got the foul on. They're going to get Presley Pruitt. It's going to be her second. Team sixth. Alva with the possession. Inbound from the sideline after the foul. It's going to be Gore. She'll inbound up there to Argo. Argo top the key with it. Double team. That bounces over to Miller on the left wing. Miller going to drive into the paint. Kick to the baseline. And a shot up. And that's no good. Rebound now fought for underneath. Boomers come up with it. Rolls Douglas Fisher. Now transition 2-on-1. She'll get over to Avery Edwards. Now back it out to Presley Pruitt. Under a minute to go. Boomers might just look to dribble this one out. We'll see. Pruitt going to hand off to Edwards on the wing. Edwards going to drive. Kick out to Douglas Fisher. Boomers going to advance to 13-7 on the season. While Alva going to fall to, now be back to Alva. Ladybugs trail 54-28. 30 seconds to go in this one. Boomers going to spoil the Alva senior night, at least on the girls' side. Top the key. Quick three by Grace Gore. That one just rims out. No good. Hit the iron, backboard, and the iron again and out. Douglas Fisher with it. She'll walk it across the timeline with 10 seconds. You hear the crowd start to get into it as the Boomers, like we said, are going to come up with the win. Now a quick double team by Alva, and they forced the jump ball in one possession to them with 6 seconds left. They did let them dribble it out. Our crowd not necessarily happy with it, but it is what it is. You can't blame a team for playing to the whistle. Out with the inbound, back to Gore, 4 seconds, and she lost the handle out of bounds. And it's a turnover. Back to the Boomers with 2.3. And now just a final inbound here should do it. It's going to be Brayley Cloyd. She'll inbound to Douglas Fisher with the second. And that will do it as the time runs out. The Boomers win 54-28 here in the first game of the night. Post-game stats for you. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here on Z92 and Boomer TV, Tyler's with you as we're wrapping up this girls game here. The Boomers come out on top tonight, 54-28 over the Alva Ladybugs, spoiling Ladybugs senior night to 4-8. Let's look at these stats. Spoiled the Boomers. No surprise here. Thesley Pfeiffer leading the way. She had 24 big ones in this one, had 12 in each half to come away with that 24 on the night. Also got Maisie Porter in double figures with 10 points. Got 9 from Avery Edwards, 7 from Riley Douglas Fisher, the freshman having one of her best scoring outputs of the season. You got 4 from Riley Moore. For the Alva side of things, they're only scoring double figures. It was Brooke Perez with 16 in this one. You had Chloe Durkee with 7, 2 for Trinity Miller and J.C. Kellen, and 1 for Morgan Heath. That second half, I'll remind you folks, at the break, Boomers were leading 24-21. The Boomers would win the second half 30-7. That third quarter, they won 14-5. And in the fourth, they won that one 16-2. Just an amazing second half effort for the Boomers to get up and pull away from the number 17 team here in 3A in Alva. Crowds popping here for Alva, so for the Woodward Boomers to be able to come in and pull away as they did there in the second half, very impressive stuff. That post-game wrap there, Boomers, and we'll go ahead and step aside for a break and come back. Take a look at Alva, what they've been up to since they last played the Boomers, and kind of catch you up on some Woodward news as well. It's Boomer Basketball on Z92. And we're back here on Z92 and Boomer TV. And let's take a look here at Woodward's opponents tonight. Mentioned as the boys getting ready to go at it here in just a few minutes. And let's 2 on the season. They are number 3 in 3A. They are 2-0 against Woodward on the season. 49-34 win in the first round of the Week Capital Tournament. Then on the 25th of January, Woodward fell to him. Alva, Coach Feely just 65-63, but over last season and this season, he's 30 good ball here for the Gold Bugs over the last couple of seasons. Since they beat Woodward there on the 25th, they played 2 games. They had a tight 34-29 win there to get to 19-2. Their players to watch here tonight, their big one's going to be Austin Reed, Jackson Feely, Kyler Pinko, Chuck Sheelight, and Caden Slater. Now, those 5, you go, man, that's 5 players you just threw out in rapid fire. Folks, all 5 of those players would start on other teams, and they could probably be the leading scorer on other teams. They are fantastic athletes. Against the Boomers specifically, it's been Kyler Pinko and Jackson Feely that have really done the damage, as Jackson Feely has led Alva in both of those games against Woodward with 15 and 19 points. Pico not too far behind him in both efforts as well in double digits. But, man, this team, as mentioned, all 5 of those guys can all get buckets when they need to. This team is deep. They've got great chemistry. They've got youth. They've got senior leadership. They've really kind of got a good mix of it all, this Coach Feely and his group. The stats there in that first matchup in the week apple tournament, Jackson Feely had 15 points, 13 from Collar Pico. On the Woodward side of that, it was Peyton Hughes Zach Chavez, and Jesus Cano led the Boomers in scoring that night. They only combined for 22 points between them. That was 8 by Hughes, 7 by Chavez and Cano. Alva in the second half of that first matchup won that one 26-15 to kind of pull away there. At 19, Pico had 17. Hughes had 10 for the Boomers and 9 for Cano. Woodward on the season, 9 and 10. They fell to Clinton, but they rebounded, or they fell to Clinton 75-54 a couple weeks back, but rebounded with a 60-30 win over Guyman last week. Jesus went from 15 in that one in the first half on route to 19 points. He outscored Guyman in the first half, 15-14. Also saw Cash Shipley finish with 14 points in that one. In the first half, Cano and Shipley combined for 20. Okay, I guess we're back here. I'm sorry, on the radio side of that, I messed up my timing a bit. But anyways, so we are back. Sorry about that on the radio side. We were recapping it all there. I was talking through the break. My bad. But essentially, this Alva team, very talented. Heck, everybody. That's right. Zach Chavez, Sam Cheap, healed up, ready to go. Now, I got word from Coach Roper that Chavez not going to get the start tonight because he's trying to be, a little careful there with Mr. Chavez getting back in. Remember, he had to sit for a good month. I mean, he was out there for 6 games for the Boomers and really had dealt with the high ankle sprain he got there in the Jones tournament. So, Chavez, good to see him coming back, but we'll see how much he plays tonight. But Mr. Chavez definitely back here for the Boomers. Let's look at the keys to the game here for Woodward now. Just checking real quick, something on our radio side of things. Anyways, keys to the game for the Boomers. They cannot start slow against Alva tonight. In the first and third quarters in the second game against Alva, Woodward has outscored folks 29-12, all right, between the first and third quarters there in the game in Woodward. Woodward outscored Alva in the second and fourth quarters of that game once they kind of got into the flow of the half. So Woodward going to have to come out to a faster start here against this Goldbug squad. This Alva team, as we talked about in the pregame, they're long, they're athletic, and they're deep. So Woodward's going to have to really dig deep, and they're going to have to be more physical tonight than Alva. But you're going to have to be able to close out the game here because this is going to be a tight one. Ideally, you're going to be able to kind of keep it tight and give yourself, a chance there to be able to win it. But we are now to the starting lineups here, so let's get to that for the Boomers. We mentioned, although Zach Chavez, Sam Cheap back tonight, looks like neither of those guys get the start. Coach Ripper going to go with the Guyman lineup that he went with, so it's going to be the junior Kyle Martin, the junior number 15, Hunter Mosley. It'll be the senior big, number 35, Jesus Cano. The other senior big, number 44, Jake Mead. And the freshman, number 21, Cash Shipley for the Boomers. So it's going to be Martin, Mosley, Cano, Mead, and Shipley. Coach, of course, as mentioned by Darius Roper. And now here for the Gold Bugs, you're going to see the likes of number 5 here, number 5 here. Try to see through some light real quick as they pop the lights on us. Anyways, Chuck Sheelight is going to be the senior getting the nod here for Alva. Number 11, of course, the senior, Jackson Philly. Number 15 is going to be Braden Hofen, the senior, getting the start, the big there. It'll be number 3, the senior, Austin Reed. And it will also be number 24, the senior, Caden Slater. So on senior night, Coach Philly going with all seniors. It's going to be Reed, Sheelight, Feely, Hofen, and Slater for Alva. I did mention Braden Hofen there in that little pregame prep. And folks, he's another guy that just adds to their depth. He's not the most out in front scorer like the other 5 that we mentioned, but you let him get to work, he could definitely, cause some issues, whether it be down there on the blocks getting rebounds. Lineup is one of the few that goes deeper than the Boomers, and they've got the height. And we've talked about this in previous instances, but, you look at it. Austin Reed's at 6'3". They've got Jackson Philly at 6'4". Braden Hope at 6'2". Chuck Sheelight's going to be the shortest guy at 5'10". And then they've got Caden Slater standing at 6 foot as well for Alva. So size, athleticism, and depth that the Woodward Boomers going to have tonight. Trying to get back to 500. It's a tall task to be able to do it. Do want to mention, next up for the Boomers here, if you missed it earlier, Friday night we'll be back in Boomer Fieldhouse as Woodward will take on Altus for homecoming, and that one should be a fun one. Woodward scores victory over Altus already on both sides, officially announced. And let's look at these jerseys. The Boomers wear the road blacks, got the black jerseys, black shorts, got the mosaic patterns going on there along the pants and the shoulders of the jerseys with some gold trim and striping down the side of that. And the text and number is going to be white, trimmed by gold for the Boomers. For Alva, they're going to wear the home whites. They're going to have white jerseys, white shorts, black trim down the sides of the jerseys and the shorts, black numbers, and text trimmed by gold for Alva. And tipping off here, it's going to be Braden Hofen and Jesus Cano going at it for the tip. And 8 minutes on the clock. There's the whistle, the ball in the air, the tip controlled one by the Boomers. Jesus Cano will slap it back to Kyle Martin, and we are underway here in the boys matchup. Martin, top of the key, tries to feed a pass over to Mosley, gets to him now, the baseline to Cano. He'll drive, and they're going to say he stepped on the baseline, or we got a foul. This question, it looks like it's going to be a foul on Alva as they bumped Jesus on the baseline. Pick up his first foul of the ball game for either team. Martin will trigger the inbound. He'll get right elbow to Cano. To the wing, Cash Shipley going to tip the three and nail it. Cash Shipley get things started with the bucket. A big three there. Nothing but net for the freshman with their first possession. You got Reed. He's got it up now to Slater. Back to Reed at the Goldbug logo across the key. The Boomers not able to really press Salvo squad. They're too athletic. Already seen that adjustment early here. On up to Slater. Top of the key. On the wing to Feely. Feely checked by Martin. Feely dumps inside now to Reed inside the paint below the free throw line. Kicks back out to Feely. Now into Hofen on the block. Tries to go up and under. Has to kick back out to Feely. He'll take the three. That's well off. Air ball. Rebound fought for, and they're going to say out of bounds off of Caden Slater. So it's back to the Boomers. Boomers going left to right in this first half. If I did not mention it earlier, I apologize. The other way for the Boomers. Top of the key. Nice feed down to Jake Meade. Can't get the layup to go. Gets the second chance, though, and puts it in. Jake Meade on the board with 2. The Boomers lead 5-0 early, just like the girls did. 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. Alva with possession. Slater with it, trying to get across the timeline. Feeds back to Reed. They do get up to Hofen now on the left wing. Top of the key now up to Reed. Reed bounces over to Slater. High left wing to Sheelight. Now left corner to Feely. Feely up to the left wing. Top of the key now to Slater. Feed back over to Hofen. Top of the key to Slater, Now to the right corner to Feely. Feely back up Slater. Alva just trying to be very methodical. Now they get to the baseline here to Reed. Back up to wing for Hofen, but the Boomers not giving them many looks here in the zone. Left wing, Sheelight with it. Back to Slater on the right wing. Now drive, gets cut off. Cross court over to Reed. Reed on punt drive left baseline. Gets cut off nicely by Meade. Meade zips to the corner. Reed zips to the corner to Sheelight. Now back out to Feely. Feely just hand it back off to Sheelight. 5:45 to go in the first. Boomers doing a great job right now defensively. Feely with on the wing, dumps inside to Reed. He's triple team, has to kick out now to Slater. Slater going to punt fake drive, kicks the left elbow jumper. That's no good. Rebound comes right to Chuck Sheelight on the backside, though. Alva got a Sheelight. Right corner now to Austin Reed. Left wing now to Slater. Alva just taking their time. Got a lot of time off this possession. Now drive by Feely to the left baseline. Way now to the corner. Shipley for 3 again and nailed it. Nothing but that catch. Shipley a quick 6, and we got a quick timeout by Coach Feely. He doesn't like the energy. Boomers on top. And back here on Z92 Boomer TV, out of the timeout. Boomers lead 8-0 early in this one. Alva with possession. Coach Feely had to call a timeout there to kind of recollect the squad. On the left wing, Jackson Feely with it now. Top key up to Austin Reed. Reed over to Sheelight on the right wing. Bouncing out to the elbow to Slater. Slater trying to drive, gets cut off, gets tripped up, and they're going to have a foul as Slater was trying to pass it out there on the elbow and got tripped up. Let's see what they get on for the Boomers. It's going to be their first team foul. They're going to get Jesus Cano. And Jesus going to pick up his first, team first. Alva inbounds on the baseline. Sheelight, he'll throw it out now to Reed in the left corner. Double team. He's got to go top the key to Slater. Alva having troubles early on with this Boomer zone. We'll see what they're adapt. Now inside to Hofen. Hofen will turn around jumper at one-on-one with Jesus. Can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Jake Mead as Hofen and Mead were fighting for it. So Alva keeps the possession, but the Boomers force another miss. Alva scoreless still. Boomers lead 8-0, 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Sheelight will inbound now to Feely. Feely going to take the elbow jumper on the right side. That's no good. Rebound by Jesus Cano, and the Boomers the other way. Kyle Martin with the top key. Dribbles, gets cut off. Now to the corner. Shipley, another three. That one runs out. Boy, if he made that one, Boomer bench was about to explode. Alva with the rebound the other way. Feely with it now. Across the timeline, top of the key. The kick over to the right wing now to Reed. Reed to Feely. Back to Reed. Cut off now at the top of the keys. Double team needs help. Counts on. Over to Sheelight. Now to the corner to Feely. Feely with it on the right wing. Now to the right wing to Sheelight. Over to the corner to Feely. Feely double team needs help. He's dribbled, cut off, throws inside Hope and loses the handle. Picked up by Mead. The board for the first time tonight. The Boomers lead by 10. He'll get it up to Sheelight. He's double teamed. Sheelight falls to the ground. And finally, Coach Feely has to get a timeout. He's upset. He wanted the foul. He didn't get it, but Coach Feely going to take the timeout. Go ahead and step side with him real quick. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. Back here in Alva on Z92, Boomer TV. Tyler Riggs with you. The Boomer boys up 10-0 from the timeout. Top the key, Jackson Feely with it. He'll go left wing to Austin Reed. Reed now checked by Shipley, and Shipley going to get a little handsy. They'll get the foul there. Freshman shouldn't be reaching in, but they're going to get him. This will be his first, team second for the Boomers. Shipley has two big threes early here. He's got 6 of the Boomer 10. Got Jake Mead and Jesus Cano with the other 4. 2 apiece there. On the inbound, top the key now. Got to Pinko. Pinko into the ball game for the first time. Will be to the Boomers on the miss. So Alva out of sorts here early. The Boomers zone giving them a lot of fits. Boomers the other way. Kyle Martin. He'll get it to Hunter Mosley across timeline. Now on the wing to back to Martin. Martin, top the key. Going to dribble. Gets cut off right above the free throw line. And, yeah, moved his pivot foot there. Trying to feed it over to Jake Mead. He's got to keep that pivot foot down. Got a bit hoppy. Can't be doing that. So that's a turnover there by the Boomers to the Gold Bugs. Now Coach Roper going to go with the line change here as we're going to get Sammy Baker, Zach Chavez back into the ball game. He is back for the first time in about 6 ball games. Got taped up ankle. Also going to see Sam Cheap, Wyatt Pope, and Peyton Hughes. But a good first shift, if you will, for the Boomers there from Kyle Martin, Hunter Mosley, Jake. They go right wing now to Sheelight, to Feely. Swing it back to Pinko. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. He lobs inside to Feely. Feely comes down with it, turns around, puts up the jumper over Zach Chavez, gets it to go. And Feely on the board, and so is Alva for the first time tonight. 10-2, Boomers on top. And now the other way, it's going to be out of bounds as the pass was knocked out of bounds there by Jackson Feely. As Boomers were trying to get it up. Stay here with Woodward, though. They lead 10-2, 2:10 to go here in the first quarter. This will be Sammy Baker inbound it. He'll throw it into Sam Cheap. Cheap also get a little hilled up there after the break for the Boomers. Feet, can't do that, Sammy. Inbound now goes to Austin Reed. Alva the other way, across the timeline. Feeds over to out to the corner. They're going to get Sam Cheap. It's going to be his first, team third. Block. He'll throw it in now, top the key to Austin Reed. The switch, it was Chavez, now Baker on Reed. Kick out to the right wing now to Pinko. Pinko trying to drive, gets cut off, feeds over to Feely. Feely going to drive, take a tough mid-range jumper. That runs out. Backside rebound by Sam Cheap. Boomers the other way. Hughes with her cross timeline. Now zips in the quarter to Baker. Baker to the left wing now to Cheap. Baker comes in and takes a rebound away from Braden Hofen. Now has it. Bounces out now to Chavez. What an effort there from Hughes to follow a shot and take it away. Now to the left wing. Cheap thought about 3, didn't take it. Had open for a second. Bounces it to Pope on the bleed. Feely throws it inside to Hofen, and Hofen can't handle it there on the baseline. Pass a bit strong. It's back to the Boomers. Alva with just 2 points here in the first 7 minutes. There's only a minute to go in this first quarter, and Woodward leads 10-2. Alva out of sorts here on senior night. Inbound, Cheap gets it to Baker, back to Cheap, to Chavez, now back to Cheap. Finally across the time lineup. So it's back to Alva with 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Pinko has it off the inbounds for the Gold Bugs. Left wing, now it's Reed. Free throw line to Feely's, double team. Now he drives around that, kicks out to the corner to Sheelight. Swing it around to the left wing here to Austin Reed. Back to Pinko, top of the key. Drive over to Reed for 3 from the left wing. That's off, no good. Rebound though, long, tracked down by Sheelight. Sheelight dumps it to Reed. He gets cut off in the paint. Now has a feed at baseline to Pinko, who's cutting and found him for the easy layup. Kyler Pinko with a bucket. He's got 2. It's 10-4. Boomers on top. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Cheap with it now. Bounces it to Hughes cross timeline. 5 seconds. Cheap going to drive from there. 4 seconds. Into lane. Kicks out to Chavez. Corner 3 at the buzzer. And that's long. No good. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. The Boomers lead 10-4 after racing out to a 10-0 lead. Go ahead, take a break. Come back for the second quarter. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here in Alva as we start the second quarter. Boomers on top 10-4 after 1. Alva with the possession, though, to start the second quarter. They've got on the wing to Feely. Now baseline to Hofen. Top to key to Pinko. He's going to try to drive. Kicks left wing now to Caden Slater. Slater, top to key to Pinko. Right wing now to Feely. Feely going to drive from there. Gets the baseline, gets up under. Puts up a tough layup. That rims out no good. A tip, though, by Braden Hofen up and in. So Alva answers a 10-0 run with a 6-0 run right now of their own. Clawing back, it's a 4-point ball game. Boomers the other way. It's Jesus Cano into the deep left corner. He's double teamed on the baseline, needs some help. Kicks it out now to Zach Chavez, high left wing. Chavez, free throw line to Mead. Mead going to turn drive, cuts through lane, puts up a tough layup, can't get to go, but he's fouled on the way up. And Jake Mead going to the line for a couple free throws. We're going to get Braden Hofen for his first. No, excuse me, his second. Second foul, team second. He's got both fouls for Alva. Mead at the line for a couple free throws. He had 2 points there in that first quarter. Trying to add 2 to that. Spins the ball, shoots the first. That one rails around, and it goes out. Just fell out there at the last second. So he'll miss the front end of the 2 free throws. Second free throw for Mead is up, and that one long. Mead will miss both. They'll stay at a 4-point lead for the Boomers. Be Austin Reed inbound him. He'll get to Slater, back to Reed. Boomers with triple team, though, tries to put up the shot, and we got a jump ball forced by the Boomers. They blocked under the rim. Not a great spot to be. Inbound now goes to Martin. He's going to work with it for the Boomers. Up across timeline into the corner now to Shipley. Shipley going to drive right baseline, gets down, kicks out to Mead. Right wing, Calamar going to tip the 3 in rhythm. That one rims out. It looked like it was good, but just a bit out to Jackson Jones, and now a foul for the Boomers. I think they're going to get Zach Chavez. Yeah, they're going to get Zach for his first, team 4th, as Chavez thought he was going to have a steal there on Jones. Instead, they top key to Pinko. He's going to lob it to Feely on the backdoor cut, and the layup is good on the oop. And it's a 2-point lead now for the Boomers. An 8-0 run here for Alva. The other way quickly. Boy, Cash Shipley got in deep and answered. He's got 8. And it's 12-8. Shipley's matched Alva here in the first half. Boomers on top by 4. Feely the other way. He's going to drive from the right wing. Take it at Mead. Mead swats it. Rebound by Cano. Boomers the other way. Chavez, he'll feed up to Martin on the left wing. Martin going to drive. And what do we got? We got a foul on the floor. As Cano initially thought he took the rebound to Meade. And it looks like foul's going to be on Alva. So that's a good break there for the Boomers. And they're going to get Jackson Jones, his first, team third. Boomers inbound. They go to Chavez, top of the key. He'll bounce it over to Shipley on the left wing. Shipley gets the screen. Now he's plucked away and stolen, though. Pinko strips him. Pinko the other way. Goes up. Blocked from behind by Shipley, but they're going to say a foul on Cash Shipley. We might have to come out now with that second foul. We'll see if they'll let him play through it or not. Either way, Kyler Pinko at the line for 2 free throws for Alva. He's got 2 so far. First free throw runs out. Philip Randall coming into the ball game for Alva, and that'll sit. Looks like Jackson Feely going to take a seat for a minute. Take a breather. Pinko's second free throw is up, and that one no good as well. Rebound, though, goes right to Austin Reed. Sky for it, so Alva extends their possession. Pinko now to Reed. 3 from the left wing. That one's strong, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Gets into the baseline, gets cut off. Now he needs help. Somehow puts up the tough layup. Can't get to go. Bats it around. Gets it back to himself. Dishes out to Slater. Top key now to Pinko. Boomers couldn't get a rebound. Now over to Slater on the right wing. Skip past the left wing to Reed. Checked up, though, by Zach Chavez. He puts up a layup over Jake Meade. Gets it to go. So dangerous in transition as Kyler Pinko. It's a 2-point ball game. Alves answered the 10-0 run with the 10-2 run of their own. We got a timeout here by Coach Roper as he wants to talk about it just a little bit. 4:55 to go in the half. Boomers lead 12-10. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here in Alva, and Alva just first half, 4:55 to go in the second quarter. Woodward started out with a 10-0 run that lasted most of the first quarter. Alva, since then, has answered with a 10-2 run of their own to get right back into it. They get some buckets in transition. Jackson Feely, Kyler Pinko with 4 apiece. And then you've got Braden Hofen there with 2. For the Boomers right now, it's Cash Shipley with 8 of the 12. He's hit 2 big threes in that first quarter. And just had a bucket. Out of the timeouts, the Boomers with it. Shipley on the right wing, feeds to me in the right corner. Meade, top the key now to Martin. Left wing to Chavez. Left corner now to Shipley. Shipley with the dribble, gets cut off, bounces to Martin. Top key, free throw line to Cano. Cano going to drive, Euro step, hops up, puts up a tough layup through contact. Didn't get to go, no call. Rebound underneath by Alva as they'll push the other way. Pinko with on the right wing, and he's just going to attack and drive, puts up the floater and gets it to go. Kyler Pinko taking over in the second quarter a little bit now. He's got 6, and it's a tie ball game. Boomers the other way. Chavez tries to feed to Cano, almost stolen. Chavez puts it up. He's blocked. Rebound now by Jackson Jones. Alva the other way, and the crowd gets into it. Up and under layup, gets it to go again. It's time through 3 Boomers. He's got 8 now, and Alva leads for the first time, 14-12. The other way, the Boomers right corner. Shipley with the heel drive, gets into the paint, tries to put up a shot, and he's hacked on the way up. They don't even let him really get it up. So Cash Shipley going to the line for 2 free throws. The freshman, folks, plays like he's a senior out there, just has that experience. They're going to get Jackson Jones for his second foul for Alva. So Shipley at the line, already with 8 points, looking to try to tie it back up here. So Alva's on a 12-2 run. Shipley makes the first. He's got 9. Looks like Jackson Feely coming back into the ball game for Alva. That'll take out Jackson Jones with those 2 fouls. For the Boomers right now, it's Martin, Shipley, Chavez, Meade, and Cano. Shipley's second free throw. That one right away made both. He's got 10, and we're tied back up at 14. 3:45 to go here in the half. Alva with possession, breaking the press. Feely now gets across the timeline, top of the key. Flip back to Kyler Pinko, to the left wing now to Feely. Pinko, right wing to Reed. Boomers in that zone, left wing to Feely. Now the right corner to Reed. He's going to drive, take off from there, puts up a tough layup, gets it to go over the outstretched hand of Jesus Cano. Jesus played great defense on that one, didn't matter. Boomers quickly the other way. Shipley tries to drive into the paint. He's swatted underneath by Jackson Feely. And they're going the other way now. All the way into the paint. Pico gets the up and under layup again, just attacking from that top of the key. He's now got 10. And all of a sudden, Pico pass over to Chavez. Easy layup for Pico the other way. He's got 12, and Alva has gone on a 20-4 run right now on the Boomers, lead by 6. Martin with it across the timeline for the Boomers. Gets to the corner. Chavez for another 3. This one rattles in. Chavez on the board for the first time in this game is out of read as Alva going to sit down a little bit here. 2:25 to go in the half. Pico with it on the right wing. Top key to Feely. Pico going to tee up a 3 from the right wing. He's been hot. This one no good though. Wayward and the rebound poked out of bounds. So it's Meade, Martin, Chavez, Cano, and Cheap on for the Boomers. Inbound goes to Martin. He tries to feed it over to Chavez's tip, but it gets to him. Now to the right corner to Cheap. He'll drive from the right wing, gets cut off. Back to Chavez behind him. Boomers trail by 3. Top key, Meade with it. Now left wing to Martin. Martin got Pico on him. Picks up the dribble, needs help. Feeds it over to Cheap at the Goldbug logo. Now right wing to Chavez. Top key now, back to Cheap. Left wing to Martin. Martin, skip pass to Chavez at the right elbow. He's going to drive. Gets cut off there on the right baseline. Needs some help. Double team. Now bounces to Cano up and underneath. Puts up the tough layup from the block. Jesus, I'm not sure how he got that one up. That was some strength. He's got 4 now. The Boomers cut it back to 1. 20-19. A minute 30 to go in this first half. Pico breaks press for Alva. Now on the right, over to Philly. Right wing 3. That one long, no good. Rebound, fought for, control, finally by the Boomers. They'll go the other way. Cheap with it. He's across timeline. Now feeds over to Martin on the left wing. Martin going to attack from that left wing. Gets cut off. Back Chavez. A deep 3 from Chavez. A heat check. That one no good for the top key. Rimmed out. Had the distance, just not the accuracy. Feely the other way with the rebound. Gets into the right corner to Pico. Skip pass over to the left wing now. Over there to Dalen Malone is into the ball game for the first time. Top key to Slater. Back to Malone. Malone will dribble it up. Feed over right wing to Slater. Tries to zip it in out of Randall. Almost lost the handle, but finds a way to get it out to Feely. Top key back to Malone. Under a minute to go now in the first half. Left corner 3 from Feely. That one's off. No good. He's been off tonight so far. He hadn't found a shooting touch. Boomers the other way. They try to get pass up to Chavez the other way. And it's tipped out of bounds by Jackson Feely, who raced in there. Oh, now they're going to correct it and say it's going to go with Alva. Tough break there for the Boomers. Thought Feely was the last to touch it, racing out of bounds, tried to save it, but that's not the case. They're going to say Chavez touched it. Still 1-point lead for Alva, 20-19. 30 seconds to go here in this first half. Pinko with it, across the timeline, now on the left wing. Gets cut off, goes to Randall in the corner, back to Pinko. High right wing now to Malone. 20 seconds to go, top the key. Malone to Pinko left wing. Trying to drive on Martin, gets the screen, gets into the paint, tries to bully his way through, and he jump ball forced by the Boomers. Good job there as Pinko tried to bully his way in, and Jesus Cano forcing that jump ball. They'll stay with Alva, though, on the possession arrow. 15 seconds to go here in the first half. Alva up by 1, 20-19. It's going to be Dalen Malone inbounding underneath the left block on the baseline. Gets it into Feely. Now he's swinging around to Slater. 12 seconds. He's going to take a deep 3. That's well off. Comes, though, the rebound comes to Philip Randall, and he gets the easy shot. Randall on the board. 22-19. Boomers the other way. 2 seconds. Chavez. And at the buzzer, I don't think that shot's going to be up. It's not. It's not going to be good. That's how we'll end the first half. Alva going to take a 3-point lead into the half. We'll go ahead, take a break, come back with the Dairy Queen halftime show. It's Boomer Basketball on Z92. Back here on Z92 and Boomer TV, Tyler Riggs with you as we're at the Dairy Queen halftime show. Alva currently up at the half, 22-19 over the Boomers. This was a big spark for Alva to come back from a 10-0 start as Woodward got on them 10-0. Alva raced back. You also got 2 from Austin Reed, 2 from Braden Hofen, and 2 from Philip Randall. On the Boomer side of things, it has been the freshman, Cash Shipley. Boy, he's been on a steady streak now since being consistently inserted. Let's make 22-9. That's great action for the radio side of things there. We missed it on the first half stats. Recap real quickly on that. Cash Shipley leads the Boomers with 10 at the half. Jesus Cano with 4, 3 for Zach Chavez, Jake Meade 2. On the Alva side of things, 12 for Kyle Penko, 4. Kind of make him take some tough shots. Worked hard in that zone, but Alva, as we got going into it, it wound up. They kind of keep Woodward off their toes. Woodward's able to settle down into their zone defense so far. They've been really effective against Alva. Offensively now for Woodward, back really quick here on the Gold Bucks. But those quick look there at the Caps Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here on Boomer TV, Z92, as we begin the second half. Woodward trails 22-19. They'll have the first possession, though, of the half. It's going to be Kyle Martin taking the inbound. Now we got almost a steal from Chuck Sheelight as the pass was almost ripped away and stolen. Martin had a top key. He's going to stay with Woodward, though. Sheelight chased it all the way into that backcourt. Yeah. And Kyle Martin now with possession, top of the key. Right wing now Shipley. Left wing now to Mosley. Top of the key to Shipley. Shipley right wing to Martin. That's starting 5 back in for the Boomers at the start of the game. Cano on the baseline. He's going to drive for the right baseline. Gets cut off. Loses the handle. Jackson Feely's going to come up with it. He's going to flip it to Austin Reed. And Alva going the other way with the lead. Pico now driving from the left wing. Now throws a pass on the baseline. Gets stolen by Cash Shipley. Stepped right into it. Shipley the other way for the Boomers. Throws a pass to the right corner to Martin. Marner going to drive, gets cut off, now feeds it to Meade. Meade there on the elbow, spin move inside, up and under move, doesn't get the layup to go, but he's fouled. Great move by Jake Meade on the left block. Let's see who they get. They're going to get Jackson Feely for the foul. And it's going to be Jake at the line for 2 free throws. Feely picks up his first foul. Team first of the half. Meade at the line for a couple free throws. First one is up and good. He's got 3. Boomers cut it back to 2 as it's now 22-20. Well, he made both, nothing but net. He's got 4. The Boomers cut it back to 1. Presses on. Alva with the inbounds. Reed over to Feely. Feely back to Reed. To Pinko. Top of the wing. It's going to be Reed for the 3. He'll step into it. That one's off no good. Long rebound. Track down. Jake Meade. He feeds up to Shipley. Shipley in transition. Doesn't have the numbers. Feeds over to the corner to Martin. He's going to tip the 3. That one a bit long. Rebound, though, on the backside to Mosley. Back to Martin for another 3. That one off as well. Mosley comes up with a Cash. Shipley's got 12. And the Boomers retake the lead again, 23-22. They've worked their way back. Alva now going to drive. So by Feely. Feely in front of the Alva bench. Double team needs help. And now we got a foul. And Feely goes to the floor. They're going to get a foul, I think. Hopefully not on Cash Shipley for the Boomers' sake. And they do. Cano and Meade on the floor. Alva with the inbound. They got Sheelight top of the key. Right wing now to Pinko. They trail by 1 with 5:50 to go here in the third quarter. Top key, Reed with it. Dumps inside to Hofen on the baseline. Hofen tries to bounce it to Feely. Feely gets it poked away from him there in the paint. It's going to be out of bounds off of Boomer. stay here with Alva. It's going to be Sheelight inbounding. Bouncing in to Feely. Pinko now top key to Reed. Back over to Pinko in the left corner. He'll drive. Left baseline. Puts up the runner. That's no good. Hand in the face was Jesus Cano. And now a foul underneath as Me got the rebound. Then got a little bit of a check there from Pinko. And they'll give Pinko the foul. A little frustration foul. His first. Team second and a half. Now Jesus Cano got to tie his shoes real quick. So we got a rest timeout line. Feed the free throw line to Meade. He gets cut off. Back to Martin top key. Now left. That one's short. Rebound finally by Jackson Feely. Alva going the other way. Now it's Austin Reed on the right wing. It's going to kick back to Feely. Feely going to drive from the top key. Hop steps. Puts up the shots. Blocked underneath. It's back to the Boomers. Great defense. Great poke by Kyle Martin. So 23-22. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Boomers hold on to a 1-point lead. It has been tough to find separation in this game other than that first big run by the Boomers. Left wing, it's Chavez with it. Now they're going to stay as he dumps inside to Jesus Cano, who's double teamed on the baseline. Cano can't handle it. It's out of bounds. Back to Alva. So Boomers, after forcing the turnover, cough it right back. It is Austin Reed with it on the inbound now to Hofen. Hofen, he's going to trip up over there in front of the Alva bench on the sideline. That's out of bounds back to the Boomers. Defense by Hunter Mosley. 15-on-15 action there. So now the Boomers getting their chance. Martin with it across the timeline. Right wing to Mosley. Didn't. And snare ball back to out. Pinko with it now down the right side. Right wing, he's going to attack Martin off the dribble. Kicks out to Philly, top the key. Left wing now to Reed. Reed, we got a foul on the floor. Away from the ball as Sheelight had went to the ground. And they're going to get Hunter Mosley for the foul. Sheelight going to inbound. He's going to bounce into Hofen. Hofen can't handle it, though. He was on the ground. Hofen was holding. There's a foul there on Hofen, I believe. We'll see. I'm not sure. They're going to get on Peyton Hughes. Are you kidding me? No, they're going to get on Hofen. Okay. I was about to be very confused because Braden Hofen was literally holding Peyton Hughes from getting that ball. So that's the foul. So Hofen picks up his third team foul and a half for Alva. Boomers with it the other way. It's Martin jogging across the timeline. Now to left wing to Chavez. Left elbow now to Meade. Meade going to back down Hofen. Go up with the little floater. Boomers keep possession, though. Martin's going to be inbounded from the left side of the baseline. From behind by Meade. Meade comes up with the swat. Jesus with the rebound. Up Martin. Martin 2-on-2. He's going to Euro step to lane. Kicks out behind him to Meade. Meade going to drive. Spins. And now they're going to get a charge on Meade as Jackson Feely going to draw the charge. Meade looked to use that padded spin move he has from the wing. Instead, backed into Feely, and they'll get the foul there on Meade. Just his first, team third. 3 fouls apiece here in the second half so far. But a slow quarter, 23-22. Boomers on top. Now still at center court. Hughes steals it, but they're going to say travel as he dove to the ground to try and steal it. He came up with it, but he slid. Tough break there for the Boomers. Would have been an easy layup the other way for Kyle Martin. Stays with Alva essentially. Just 4 points in the quarter for the Boomers. On the wing. Pinko with it. Now top the key to Reed. It's checked by Hughes in the zone. Right wing now to Sheelight. Been very passive here tonight. Now top the key to Pinko. Pinko kicks to Reed. He's going to drive to the left baseline. Tries to Euro step through. Feeds inside Slater. Kick out now to Sheelight. He'll pump fake a drive. Get into the paint. Puts up a tough shot over Jesus Cano. And got it to go somehow. And Chuck on the board for the first time tonight. Alva retakes the lead. Left one, a quick three. Kyle Martin in rhythm. Rims out. Oh, it's halfway down. And it popped out. Rebound by Alva the other way. Pinko, top key. He'll attack. Euro step through the lane. Easy layup. And he's been a mess. He's got 14. Alva now extends the lead back to 3. 26-23. A pretty play there for the Boomers. And Jake Meade now has 6. And it's a 1-point ball game. 26-25. Alva breaking the press the other way. Feely with it across the timeline. High left wing. Top the key now to Reed. Reed double team. Kicks the right wing to Pinko. Chavez will reset. Now the right wing to Martin. Chavez now left wing to Hughes. Dumps it to the baseline to Jesus. Jesus a little floater. Can't get that to go. Rebound fought for. It's picked up now by Austin Reed. And Reed fouled finally as Peyton Hughes was on him with the elbow bit. And that's what the foul is going to be. And Hughes going to pick up his first, team 4th. Kyle Martin going to come out. So for the Boomers, Now it's going to be Cheap, Hughes, Cano, Mead, and Chavez. Alva's going to have Malone out there along with step through lane. Puts up a tough over Jesus Cano, got to go. And Alva's hit some tough shots in this third quarter. Bound from underneath the left block. He'll bounce into Mead, which ain't quite been there tonight. Now he's cut off by Hughes. Cross court, right wing to Reed. Reed going to drive, get cut off by Jesus. Spinning on the block. Now kicks out to Philly for an open three from the wing. That way long. Rebound, though, comes out to Malone. Malone's going to track it down. He's got it. He'll reset for Alva. Kicks over to Philly. Philly going to drive from the left wing. Puts up the runner. Oh, wait, we got a foul before the shot. Going to say foul on the floor. We're going to get Jake Mead with a bump. It's going to be his second, team fifth. Alva keeps possession. 34.5 seconds to go in the third. They lead by one, 28-27. Blown to the paint. And Philly going to go to the free throw line. Who they're going to get? They said 32, it should be 35. And Philly's first free throw is good. So Alva back to a 2-point lead. Philly just 5 points on the night. Up for a second one here. One dribble, dips, puts it up, and that one rims out. He splits the pair. Rebound taken strongly by Jake B. And the Boomers got 25 seconds in the third, trailing by 2, 29-27. It's Cheap now, walking across the timeline. Gives it right wing to Hughes. Hughes with it, checked by Pinko. Back to Cheap, high right wing. 14 seconds. Now back to Hughes right wing. Back to Cheap. 10 seconds. Left wing now to Chavez. 7 seconds. Right wing now to Hughes. He's got the open three. He'll take it in rhythm. That one a bit short, no good. Rebound underneath by Feely. And now a full court shot blocked by Austin Reed. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. Alva leads by 2, 29-27 over your Boomers. We'll go ahead and take a break. Come back for the fourth. It's Boomer basketball. C92. And back here in Alva on Boomer TV, Z92s, we begin the final frame. Alva leads your Boomers 29-27. It's been a back-and-forth affair. That quarter, a slow one. 8-7 quarter, Boomers actually won it by a point. It's going to be Alva starting out with the first possession, though. Top of the key, Reed with it. Left wing now to Malone. Skip pass over to the right corner to Pinko. Top of the key back to Reed. Reed going to try to drive from there, gets cut off at the elbow. Has kick over to left corner to Malone. Malone, back to Reed. Alva taking their time here, being patient, looking for an option. Reed double team now feeds at the logo to Malone. Malone on the left wing, checked by Shipley. Top key gets cut off, now flips over to Pinko, high right wing. Now to the right elbow to Reed, had thought about shot, now dish out the extra pass to Feely for three, that rims out. Feely has not made a three this game yet. Rebound now by Chavez, Boomers the other way. Across the timeline goes Sam Cheap. Now he stops there at the logo, sends things up, left wing to Chavez. Gets a screen now from Jake Mead at the top of the key. Tries to feed over to Cheap. About stolen from him, but he got over to Cheap still. Cheap checked by Pinko, now needs some help as he's cut off. Feeds over to Chavez into the right corner. Chavez almost lost it. Does get it though. Oh, now miscommunications, they throw it away. Tipped around, who's that out of bounds off of? And what are they saying, white ball? They will be saying Alva ball. Turnover by the Boomers. This thing's got a little touch of go there. They got pressed there on the perimeter. Turned it over. So it's back to the Gold Bugs. The 2-point lead, 6:45 to go in the ball game. Pinko to drive. Feed over to Hofen. Hofen wasn't ready for the pass. It's threw his hands out of bounds. Back to the Boomers just like that. Hofen would have been open for the easy layup. Instead, though, it is back to Woodward. Good break there for the Boomers. Cheap with it. Feeds left wing now to Chavez. Chavez dribbles to the top of the key. Waves off the screen. Now feeds it over to Meade on the left wing. Meade up to Shipley. Shipley going to lob it inside to Cano, and Cano contested as he was coming down with it. It's poked out of bounds off of Goldbug. Stay with the Boomers. So lob denied. Still stays here with Woodward, though. On the baseline, Cheap inbounding underneath on the right block. Jesus hits the floor, no call. They get in, though, to Shipley on the right wing. Now top the key to Chavez. He's checked by Pinko. Now left wing to Shipley. He's going to tee up the deep three from there, and it's nothing but net. Splashes home, and the Boomers retake the lead. My goodness, the young man with 15 now in this one. He's got half of the points for the Boomers. Alva breaking the press the other way. It's Feely with it on the right wing. Top of the key. Now to Reed. Over left wing now to Pinko. Pinko slowly dribbling up. Now feed over to Reed on the left wing. He's open. He's going to tee it up for the three, and that is way long. Boy, Alva has struggled mightily from the perimeter, but a nice save from Pinko off the air ball. Gets out to Hofen, and now Feely going to lose it off his foot. Is it over and back? And it is over and back. So Alva with the turnover there after the beautiful save from Pinko. And the Boomers with the ball, with the lead, 1 point lead. This is where they've got to be able to pull away. They had this opportunity in the third, couldn't quite take advantage of it. See if they tries to bounce it into Cano, and Cano loses the handle. Now we got a foul the other way. They're going to get Shipley. What are they going to call here? They are going to call it on Shipley. That's his fourth. He's probably going to stay out there with just 5:23 to go, but that means 1-and-1s here for Kyle. 3-4 dribbles now for Pinko. Spins, dips, shoots the front end of the 1-on-1. That's good. And now a little ref talk to there as Chavez went to box out Pinko. Pinko wasn't happy with it. The ref just kind of talking to him about it. No foul or anything. So Chavez getting clarification. Pinko teeing up for the second free throws. We're tied ball game, 30-all. Pinko spins, shoots the second one, and gets it to go. Alva back ahead by 1. Pinko's got 16. Boomers the other way. Cheap with it. Gives up left wing now to Chavez. Top key to Cheap. He's going to drive. Gets through a lane. Bounces it to Cheap. Into the corner now Chavez. He'll tee up the three from there. That's good. Zach Chavez. Another three. He's got 6. And the Boomers lead by 2 with 5 minutes to go. Chavez with 6. Jackson, Shipley, or Feely the other way. He's going to drive all the way down to the paint. Puts up the wide layup. Won't go. Rebound by the Boomers after his tip. They run the other way. 4:55. Boomers lead 33-31. Top key. Chavez. Right wing now to Shipley. Drives. Right elbow to Cheap. Cheap going to take a turnaround jumper. That's tough. He's checked by Cheap. Now crosses over Cheap and drives. And we got a foul. Is that a foul underneath? I think it's a foul away from the ball. Nope. It's not away from the ball. They're going to get Sam Cheap, who was on ball with the foul. So that's only his first, but that's the team 8th. 1-and-1s again for Alva. 8-4 on fouls in the stats so far. Boomers leading that. Malone at the line for a 1-and-1. Front end of it rattles in. So that's his first point of the night. Alva cuts it back to a 1 point lead for the Boomers. They could tie here if Malone can make this one. Couple dribbles, puts up the second, and makes it. So he's got 2. 33-all here. 4:30 to go in this one. Boomers with possession. It's Cheap. He'll feed high right wing to Shipley. Shipley going to drive. Skip it over back to Cheap, high left wing. Now to Meade. Pass behind him, though. Stolen by Malone. Malone the other way on Meade. Puts up layup. Can't get to go. Rebound underneath by Pinko. Pokes it back up and in. He's got 18, and Alva leads by 2. 35-33. Boomers have it top of the key. Left to wing. Cheap with it. And now he's fouled. A little cheap foul there by Pinko. Boomers appreciate it. Pinko going to pick up his second. So Alva going to keep that possession. Sam Cheap will step out. Kyle Martin back in. So it's me, Cano, Shipley, Chavez, and Martin. Martin will get the inbound from Chavez. Check by Malone. Now high right wing to Shipley. Shipley going to drive. Attacking Malone. Gets cut off. Bounces baseline to Cano. Cano powers it up somehow. Can't get to go. And then a fight for the board underneath. And now Shipley races in. And that's going to be his 5th foul. He's going to be done. Crashed into Malone for the rebound. And it's going to be 1-and-1s for Alva the other way. And the freshman going to have to come sit. And that will be Peyton Hughes in. Shipley going to finish the night, leading the Boomers right now in points with 15. And Hughes will come in for Shipley. So now Malone at the line for another set of free throws here. First one up, and that one rounds in and earned the bonus. He's got 3. Alva now leads by 3, 36-33 with 3:56 to go. Second free throw from Malone. That one rails in as well. 4-point lead for Alva, matching their halftime lead. Now pass picked off and stolen. Pinko stepped into it. Martin tried to get up to Chavez. Alva high on the left wing. Couple dribbles. Now over to the right wing to Pinko. Back to Malone, high left wing. Alva being patient. On the right wing now to Pinko. Top the key to Reed. Back to Pinko. Cross-court pass now to Malone. He'll tee up the 3 from the left wing. That's well short. Rebound, though, somehow by Pinko. He got over the top of Zach Chavez and got the rebound. He's got 20, and Alva leads by 6 all of a sudden. Martin the other way now, looking for some help. Right wing to Hughes. Back to Martin. Miscommunication, throws it away. Pinko the other way, the easy layup, and in. And Alva pulled away, and Coach Roper taking the timeout. He's got to. Alva's up by 8 with 3:07 to go off a big run. And we'll go ahead and step aside with them. It's Boomer basketball on Z92. And back here at Alva Gymnasium, Alva and Woodward going at it as we are down the stretch. Final 3:07. Alva on an 8-0 run, leads 41-33 here. As the Boomers going to have possession out of the timeout as Coach Roper takes a moment to collect his guys. Unfortunately for the Boomers, as Cash Shipley found out a few minutes ago, he finishes with 15 here tonight. Been a big leader for the Boomers, the only Boomer with double figures. So now it's going to be up to Peyton Hughes, Jake Meade, Jesus Cano, Kyle Martin, and Zach Chavez to be able to bring this one back. Got time to work with, but you got to be smart here. The Boomers had not some pretty turnovers the last few possessions. Top of the key, Chavez with it. Now to the right wing to Hughes. Hughes checked by Malone. Going to drive, get cut off. Feed to Martin in the paint. Little floater was open, rouse around and out. Tough break there, good look. Rebound underneath now by Reed. Alva the other way, leading by 8. 2:45 to go. They could really chop some time off the clock, and they are. High corners right now between Malone and Pinko. Now Malone going to turn and drive. Finally kicks out to Reed. Almost lost the handle. Reed top the key with it. Just kicks back out to the safety outlet. Pinko and Alva resets. Boomers got to be aggressive here. Got to force some action. Malone with the crossover. Feeds back now to Reed. And finally a foul by Hughes as he put an arm into Reed there. That's going to be his second, team 10th. So Austin Reed at the line for 2 free throws. It's a double bonus situation. 2:26 to go here. First free throw, that's good for Reed as he rails it in. He's got 5. Alva now leads by 9, trying for 10 here. Second free throw, and that one rails out, no good. So he split the pair. Boomers the other way. Chavez with it. Across the timeline. Double team, now left wing to Kyle Martin. Martin gets cut off there by Pinko. Needs some help. Bounces it to Hughes. Now throws over to Meade. Right wing 3 is up for Meade. It was open, he nailed it. Nothing but net for Jake Meade. Big 3 there. Meade's now double figures with 11. Boomers cut it back to 6 with 2:04 to go. Got to come up with the defensive possession here. Got either foul or force a turnover. Malone drives, kicks over to Pinko. Hughes with him. Now out to Reed. They're playing the high corners. Minute 45 to go. At some point, you're going to have to foul. Counts on. Pinko now starts to drive. Crossover behind the back. Kicks that now to Reed. Got a foul at some point. Reed trying to drive. Kicks back over to Malone. Minute 35. Now cut off. Now double team. Kicks over to Reed, right wing. Somebody's going to have to foul. Reed going to drive. Kicks out to the top key. Still letting it run a minute 25 to go. Now right wing to Reed. Still with the possession. Now out high to Pinko. Top key to Reed. Finally, the Boomers going to foul with a minute 15 left. They gave it a run there to just see if they could force something. Hughes going to come up with the foul, his third. And Dale Malone at the line for 2 free throws. Double bonus situation here. Malone's made 4 free throws in this quarter and makes the 5th. He's now got 5, and Alva extends it back to 7. Malone can make it 8 here. Second free throw, that one no good. Split the pair again. Back-to-back trips they have. Boomers the other way. Chavez with it. Top the key, right wing. Check now by Pinko. He's going to try a drive. Gets cut off. Has to kick it out. Pass stolen. Picked off by Malone. Try to kick it up to Martin as he was fading back. Now the Boomers really going to have to foul quick here. Up to Pinko. Now to the deep corner to Reed. With 54 seconds left and an 8-point lead. Martin going to pick up his first foul. Team 12th. Pinko is going to spin, dip, and shoot the first one, and he makes it. So an 8-point lead now. Pinko having a night. Now got 23 of the Alva 44 and make that 24 of the Alva 45. 45-36, under a minute to go. Woodward going to have to go quick, and you're going to have to look for threes. Trailing by a tee up the 3 from the wing. That one runs out no good. Rebound underneath by Jesus. Jesus going to turn around, short arm it, gets the second chat, blocked by Hofen. Now picked up by Colin Martin. He feeds it down to Mead. Mead going to try to go up with it, and it's swatted out of bounds by Kyler Pitko with 30 seconds left, and Woodward running out of time in this one. A valiant effort by the Boomers. May come up short here, as Alva was able to make some key plays down the stretch. Now inbound, Chavez lets man blow by him. A 3 on the wing. That's no good. Rebound, though, by Kyle Martin underneath. Back out to Chavez. He's going to have to tee it up soon. Now back to Martin. Martin's going to drive baseline, up and under a guy. Top the key. Chavez, 3 on the way. This one rims out. Just been that type of second half for the Boomers. And a rebound by Alva with 15 seconds left. That's probably going to do it. Blown across the timeline. 10 seconds. He's going to drive. Puts up the layup. Won't go. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Chavez just going to let it dribble out. And Alva's going to survive here on the boys' side on C over Woodward. We'll go ahead, step aside, take a break, and come back for some post-game stats and a wrap-up for you. It's Boomer Basketball on Z92. And welcome back here to Boomer TV Z92. Tyler is with you as we get ready to wrap this one up for you tonight. It was the Boomers on the boys' side falling to Alva 45-36 there in a tight one, back and forth contest throughout. And Alva just finding enough to pull away at the end there. Let's look at these post-game stats. On the Alva side, it was senior night, but it was the junior, Kyler Pinko, leading the way. He was the only gold bug in double figures. He had 23 of the Alva 45 here tonight. Was consistent throughout, had 12 points in the first half, really started to catch fire in that second quarter, and from that point on, Woodward just could not find an answer for him as he closed both halves very strongly. He only had 4 points combined between the first and third quarters, but he had 19 in the second and fourth. So the closer here tonight for Alva was Mr. Pinko. He got 5 apiece there from Jackson Philly and Austin Reed. He also got 5 from Dale Maloney. He had 5 free throws down the stretch. 2 from Chuck Sheelight, Braden Hofen, and Philip Randall for the Gold Bugs. On the other side for the Boomers, it was the freshman Cash Shipley leading the way. He had 15 points. Unfortunately, he would foul out there early in that fourth quarter. And that's what kind of changed things down the stretch as Woodward kind of lost one of the confident ball handlers. Alva was able to capitalize on some turnovers. Jake Mead, he wound up in double figures tonight with 11 points. Zach Chavez in his return ball game after dealing with that high ankle sprain for 6 games. He comes back, has 6 points tonight off the bench. You also get 4 from Jesus Cano for the Boomers. The second half quarter scoring there, remember, it was 22-19. Alva was in that first half. Second half, the Boomers won the third quarter, 9-7. Or, excuse me, 8-7. It was a 1-point quarter win. That fourth quarter, though, Alva proved to be the difference with a 16-9 fourth quarter win. Second half, Alva outscores Woodward 23-17. And with that look at the post-game stats, let's go ahead and step aside for one final break for you. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up, put a bow on it, and get you set for what's ahead up. And back here one final time on Z92 Boomer TV. Tyler Riggs with you as we look to put a bow on things. Final scores here. If you had missed it earlier, the Boomers on the boys' side fall to Alva tonight, 45-36. Alva advances to 20-2 on the season. Woodward now 9-11 on the season. If you missed it earlier on the girls' side, the Woodward Boomer girls put it to Alva in the second half. They pull away and win 54-28 in that one. The Boomer girls now 13-7 on the season. Alva 14-8. And do want to shout out some final sponsors one final time here for you as well. High Plains Tire Gold sponsor the Boomer Coach Show, along with a lot more. Friday, we are back at home as we get Altus coming into town for homecoming for the Boomers. And that will be a special evening. Of course, we will have the festivities on that. We'll make sure to try to get on air the best possible we can. The lineup of the Kings, Queens, the courts, if you will, and all that, and get that for you. But that will be Friday, 6:15 pregame, 6:30 tip there for the girls. Hope to have Boomer TV along with us there for that one with the home game as always. And, hey, just moving to some shout-outs here as we wrap things up. Back in the studio there, Sean Kelly, Kathy Reese, Sean Miller, BJ Gonzalez, Trent Caldwell, all doing a fantastic job, as well as executive producer Brooke Williams. Cannot do without her. Also, thank CJ Montgomery. Sometimes I forget about him, but you can't. That man's got a lot of knowledge back there, been around the Tri-State a long time. Good to lean on his knowledge. Back at the board as well. Doing a big-time job tonight because we had some technical difficulties. He stuck with us throughout it. Have safe travels. We thank you all so much for listening always and tuning in, supporting us not only here on Z92, but hey, Boomer TV at Boomer TV. We cannot thank you all enough for doing that. And with that, hey, you've been listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92.